Okay, I think that's enough waiting. If people wanted to arrive in time, they would have done so already. That being said, ooh, star polemic, surprising. I mean, I guess I can do that. Let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and fire up the crawl local version that I have. My the way that works, just for future reference, is that we need, yeah, like you give me one monster and I choose the other one, so it's like not easy to rig because if you gave me both the monsters, it would be like super easy to just like run the simulation on your own and then ask me to do it when you already know the results. So just for the future, next time it's only one monster, but I guess this time we can do it for funsies. Okay, I think that kinda works. Can you read that? Is that like visible on the stream? Um, let's see. Glorx versus Menalega. Okay, that looks good actually. I wish we were able to see like the log of what's actually going on. But the Glorx absolutely destroyed Menaleg there. So we can do something funny. Well, not really that funny, but we can do like. Mm, I was going to go with 9. Probably 3 is fair. Okay. Alright. Seems that Glorx won that one at least. But it's the best of 3. Uh, yeah, Menaleg really looks interesting. I wouldn't expect Menaleg to look like that. Oh, that one went to Menaleg. Interesting. Final one. Um, Seems that Menelik was kind of winning. No, Menelik did win. The summon spam was too real. For funny thing, Glorx won the first 2, and then Menelik got the second 2. So overall, it's like a draw. Yeah, I would say that both of them are reliant on summons. So it depends on who summons spams more. Um, Yeah, I guess Menelek does have like Blink on melee, which would also be very useful if Glorx block summons executioners. Oh wait, this predate. This is 0.24. I don't have 0.27 because I don't wanna like compile it and stuff because it's gonna be like obsolete in like a couple of months anyway. So I'm just waiting for the stable release of that. But I do want to update my crawl version, my offline version, so I can use like all the new monsters that are currently in trunk, like for example all the slimes, and I want to do endoplasm versus like hellhound or something, something that's like weak to cold, just out of curiosity. Well, that was an interesting exercise and the first time that we have done that. Did I pay out the bet yesterday? Oh, I didn't pay out the bet. Oh no, I didn't pay out the bet yesterday and no one reminded me. Well, I'm pretty sure that it was 2 or less. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 2 or less because when it's 3 or more, I pay it out. Well, let's go ahead and pay out the bet. I sorry for that star polemic, but this time you didn't get the win. But yeah, you can do any amount of each, just to show like how it works. Let's see, 50 Jackal versus 40 Orc. So I'm pretty sure the Orcs are gonna win this because a couple of them are gonna have access, and the Ox Orcs are gonna like absolutely destroy the Jackals. Yep, it's not even close, like the Orcs are just dominating. Yeah, pretty funny like that. You can even do it with like multiples of the same unique. Um, so yeah, that's kind of how that works. I'm gonna refund the channel points that you just used for that. Don't worry about it, since there was no really since there was no bet really made. It's a bit too early on the stream for people to do that. So I guess we can go ahead and refund that. Um, this and yeah, that's about it. That's about it as far as refunds go. 50 set above versus 50 lum. I feel like that is gonna take a while, but I guess we can do it. Just to wait for people to arrive. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the spam. Look, I feel like Lom is going to win that because Lom has Tornado, and I think Lom is also immune to Tornado. Look at that spam. That's probably something that we are not going to repeat once this is over, because it's like too much explosion spam, and it's also like taking forever because Cerebov has like 600 and something HP, so it really does take quite a while. Not to mention Lon has like major healing, so yeah. It looks kind of close. I wish I was able to tell how many of which are left. It used to be the case that worked when fight simulations were doable online. They were too spammy, but I think Cerebov is winning. Looks like there's a lot of Cerebovs alive, not a lot of Lums. And yeah, I think that's it. Cerebov won. Hello, Aster. Thank you for stopping by. I have indeed been doing well. And yeah. Oh, look at that. Aster, thank you for 2 months. Did the alert appear on? Oh yeah, it did appear.
Woo.
Alright, so Cerebov won that. And that's pretty much how it goes. For the future, you're gonna give me one monster and I'll choose the other one to like prevent rigging. And yeah, it's probably gonna be like a once or twice a stream thing when I have a lot of people watching, a lot of active people. Because if I have like 10 viewers but they are just like chilling and not really like paying that much attention to what's going on in the chat, it doesn't really have much of a point. So you might want to save your channel points. With that being said, let's go ahead and go back here. And I am going to be playing some Jhin. I've been very into Jhin. Like, I really like my Jhins. Yeah, tiles. There we go. Tiles. So we have. Oh, I like that Berserker is not recommended anymore. I'm very glad. In my opinion, I think on here, all the Elementalists and Venom Mage should be recommended for Jhin. I wouldn't recommend Summoner or Necromancer, but that's like just me personally. But yeah, like I wouldn't recommend these two for like anything. And I don't know if I would recommend Gladiator. I feel like they are pretty bad as far as melee goes. And for the same reason, I wouldn't really recommend Transmuter or pretty much any of these. Yeah, none of these, because their aptitudes for weapons are like really bad, but their aptitudes for spells are actually not that bad if you take into consideration that you only have to train one skill when you normally would have to train 3 skills to get like any given spell, or I guess not 3 skills but 2 skills at the very least, spellcasting and one other. So yeah, I would really recommend all of these except for Conqueror and Necromancer, and none of the others. I guess if you wanna get kind of funny, you can maybe recommend Wanderer, because if Wanderer starts with a spell, then that's pretty much all you need. As long as you don't have to melee with these guys, they are okay. With that being said, I guess we are gonna be playing DjWz. Okay. Yep. So DjWz doesn't really start with like cool spells. They get Magic Dart and Blink, and that's pretty much it. I guess Nephitic Cloud is also kind of decent, but not my favorite if it doesn't come accompanied by Ignite Poison. Okay, these got nerfed. They hit for 7 at some point. I'm very glad to see that they don't hit for 7 anymore, because that's pretty aggravating. So what we are gonna be doing is just like pillar dance these guys, or this guy, wait for it to like lose a turn, and then shoot it with Magic Dart to be a bit extra safe, because Hobgoblins hit kinda hard. Look at that, picking up some useless items. That's getting kind of old. Oh, okay, so that's kind of what happens when you don't pillar dance the Hobgoblin. Ooh, look at that, a Faded Altar. I am tempted. I am not going to, because I might get Trog, and Trog is like nonsensical as a Djinn. Yeah, you never want to go Trog as a Djinn, because like it invalidates the gimmick entirely. Like if you want to go Trog, you don't want to go Djinn, unless for some reason you really want to win like Djinn Berserker. Oh, look at that. That could be a problem. Yeah, that could be a serious problem. Okay, I gained a turn on the Endoplasm. So if you don't know these things, hit you for 3, which is not really a lot, but the freeze deals quite a lot. It bypasses armor class and evasion, and on top of that, it's cold damage, and I as a Djinn am weak to cold, so that will make me explode pretty much. Never a good thing to be on the receiving end of that. Okay, I guess I will summon a White Imp, which proceeds to absolutely nuke the Endoplasm. Very good, very good. D2 Jelly. I think I can kill that Jelly because I am not a melee character. Look at that, a Staff of Cold. Okay, I'm gonna wield that. I am going to wield that because it gives me cold resistance. I don't really care about the Enhancer, unfortunately, but I do care about the cold resistance. Now I don't get absolutely nuked by one of the many cold attacks that exist in the early game in this version. Like for example, wizards get cold attacks, endoplasms. There's also like ice beasts. I guess some uniques have cold attacks that haven't really come to mind just yet, but I'm pretty sure they do. Okay, I got Foxfire. I like Foxfire early on. Yeah, it compensates for like having to start with Conjure Flame and Call Imp and other spells that I'm really not a fan of. Foxfire, I'm also not a fan of, but that is just when it's like my only way to kill things, which is kind of the Fire Elementalist experience. If you have like Foxfire and also Magic Dart, then Foxfire becomes much better, because in a corridor you just use Magic Dart, and if you're like in an open space, you use Foxfire. So yeah, pretty good indeed. Oh, look at that, he woke up. Okay, maybe let's get an Imp. Let's hide behind the Imp. Let's get another one. Okay, Foxfire melted the Rens. Yeah, that's pretty much the Foxfire. The Shadow Imp didn't really do a lot there, I would say. You're actually on your PC tonight. Hey, congratulations. How has your week been? A lot of work? I wish I had a lot of work personally. It's not that I really like working, but I really do like money, you know. So, so yeah, you kind of don't get money if you don't work. So there's that. Um, all right, the combination of Foxfire and Magic Dart is like doing wonders. It really does do exactly what this character needed. Oh, look at that! We even found some Curer. I feel like this character has a very strong early game, thanks to the fact that at my first level up spell was Foxfire. Sometimes you get like random garbage that's like really bad, like Corona. Corona, the spell, not the deadly disease, of course. Um, but this time I got something good, like Foxfire. Foxfire really came through and will be very helpful for the early stages of the game with this character. Ton of work. Mostly that's why I catch streams sometimes on your phone, but you have today and tomorrow off. Oh, that's nice to hear. Hate it when you get stuck with Corona too. It makes breathing so hard. Oh yeah, definitely. I've heard that's the case. Actually, funny thing, a couple of members of my family actually got Corona, but I think they were okay. Like they didn't even notice that they had Corona, or like they had very mild symptoms. But apart from those guys, no one else in my family has caught it, and no one else in my family has been like severely affected by it. Fortunately, yeah, I guess we have been very careful in that regard. With that being said, we got an amulet of guardian spirit with 2 pips of cold resistance. Very good, very important. I also have an Amulet of Regeneration, which I'm probably gonna buy instead of the Amulet of 2 pips of Cold Resistance. And we have a Ring of Willpower. From those 3 things, the one that I want to buy like as soon as possible is of course the Ring of Willpower, because Willpower is like the one resistance in this game where you either have it or you're going to die sooner or later. So I would rather have it soon, because I know that I'm just gonna use it for the entirety of the game, and the only way for me to upgrade or replace that ring is for a better ring that also has willpower. So it's like not a waste at all to get it, and I am going to get it as soon as I can, pretty much. Oh wait, we got a new spell. We got swiftness. I didn't really use it my last game. I cast it like 3 times, I think. One of them was accidental. But it is a pretty good escape spell as long as you're close enough to the stairs, so you can actually go up the stairs before you are slowed, and therefore you die. Your friend's father died from it. Ouch, that's pretty rough. As far as like like people that are not like directly related to me, but I've heard from that have gotten it. There's been a couple of them. I think my mom, one of my mom's friend's son. It's yeah, I guess that's how you say it. One of my mom's friend's son died from that. Yeah, it's pretty messed up. I'm just grateful that I haven't had to deal with it personally. Like neither get it myself nor like have to deal with the grief that comes from having a loved one affected by it. Let's leave those sad topics aside for a moment, and let's rejoice in the fact that at the end of the day, neither I nor my character have gotten Corona this game. And at least for my character, I'm probably not gonna get Corona, which is pretty good. Yeah, because who likes Corona? Oh, ouch. That's pretty rough, Aster. I hope that you stay safe. So many zombies. It's fine because I can just like outrun them, but killing them with Foxfire is getting kind of tedious, especially when the Foxfires generate like both of them behind me and I have to wait a turn to move. That kind of sucks. Yeah, that's the only way to put it. That kind of sucks. Okay, they do deal like crazy damage, at least. There's not enough space to create Foxfire, to conjure Foxfire. Okay, not a fan of being at such low HP. I could certainly use some regeneration, and I could also use not having literally all of the level running after me. Okay. Oh no. Oh, that's really not good. Okay, that potion, that G potion is most likely like curing or heal wounds. I would be very surprised if it wasn't any of those. And it is curing indeed. So at the very least, I live to... yeah, I kind of live to run away from these things. The fact that there's like so many monsters on the level is getting kind of aggravating. I cannot really kill them all, and I cannot really like get them all in a good spot so I can actually fight them. I don't know if you saw it, but right when you said you were thankful not to have Corona, I got it. Oh, that's a big issue. Truly unfortunate. Truly unfortunate. I hope things get better for you and your character with the terrible thing that is having Corona, at least in this game. In real life it's also pretty bad, but in this game it's also quite aggravating when you get Corona, because it means that your first spell comes when you are level 5, which can be an issue if your starter book is not very good. Which, funny thing, it happens to be the case with my starting book. I'm really not a fan of the DjWz book, especially after the Conjure Flame nerf. I feel like that was really uncalled for. I think DjWz was already bad enough as it was. Okay, we got rid of pretty much everything. Took me quite a while, but we should be okay. Alrighty. And now we get a bunch of stuff. Fear, vulnerability, magic mapping, teleports, immolation, noise, and identify. Of course, the last one was identify. We got some potions of magic and a couple of potions of cancellation. Nothing that we really can use with this character. So if you have never played a Jinn, they don't have mana, so they have no use for a potion of mana, which is kind of interesting to think of, because normally it would be like a very good thing to have as a spellcaster early on in the game, when you're probably at your most vulnerable. But nope, this character cannot make use of them. Okay, so this guy has Throw Frost, Throw Flame. I knew there was a unique with Throw Frost that I was not thinking of, and that would be Blork the Orc. So we can kill Blork the Orc, but we need to take the fight in a proper position, which is here, I would say. Yeah, probably should have even used Conjure Flame. At least I can confuse Blork the Orc with Meth, because DjWz does start with Meth, and we get a +4 hand axe as a prize. Not bad, not bad. Snoop Base has been so much fun. Upped my recording game timers times 1,000. I feel like I missed something there. Yeah, I feel like I kind of missed something there, but nevertheless, I am glad for you, I guess, because it seems that you kind of enjoy that change in your life. So congratulations for that. Let's go ahead and wear that cloak. We got Pass Wall. I never really used Pass Wall. Oh, look at that! That is a nice thing to find on D4. In fact, it's such a nice thing to find on D4 that I wouldn't be surprised if this was like a bath bolt. Oh, DjWz goes berserk. Okay, maybe we can get the confusion. Chance to affect 81, that's pretty good. Okay, we immediately get the confusion on DjWz. Like, she stood no chance against Mephic Flame. So just for safety, we're gonna like stay here. I think DjWz hit herself or something because I got the message that I feel more experienced. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just gone upstairs. Yeah, now we are in a very bad spot. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, now we are okay. Now we are fine. Just pillar dance this guy a bit until it either misses a turn or gains a turn on me, hits me, and then misses a turn. Bass guitar for recording new music. Oh, look at that. When you said bass, I didn't really think of a bass guitar like immediately. Oh, okay, there we go. The white missed a turn, so now we can just like leave the level. Rest of full HP, exclude that, go downstairs and kill the white, because we can certainly kill the white and it removes a bit of a threat if I have to come back to this level. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, now I understand what you said. Recording game as in like your skill at recording. Yeah, sorry for that. It takes me a bit to like kind of figure those things out. You know, like not a native speaker, but like now that I have the context that it's like a bass guitar, then it does make sense. Okay, I should exclude those downstairs because otherwise I'm gonna kill myself on them. Okay, a single song from a video game. Let's go ahead and check it out. Tangle Deep. I have heard of that game. I've never seen anything related to that game, but I've heard the name. Have you played that game? How is it? Let me go ahead and pause this. Okay, and I guess we can increase the volume a bit. Maybe that's a bit too loud. That seems okay. Tangle Deep is pretty fun. You have really enjoyed it. How or what is like the purpose of the game, or what do you do in the game? Oh, I just thought of something. These guys have 2 pips of fire resistance. What happens if I Conjure Flame and then just like stay here? You smother the flame. Oh, come on. Why is Conjure Flame so bad nowadays? It went from being like literally the best spell in the game to being absolute garbage. Truly a shame for Conjure Flame aficionados. I was really a fan of Conjure Flame. Not anymore though. I really don't like the way it is nowadays. You like Tangle Deep? Never seen the gameplay, so yeah, I cannot really imagine, at least from the picture in the video, I really don't know what the game is supposed to be about or anything. Fake Conjure Flame fan spotted. Tactical roguelike with optional meta progression. I might have to look up some videos. Yeah, just to have like a better idea of what the game is about. I knew that I had heard of Tangle Deep as on the roguelike context. Why? What's up with that? Where did those guys come from? Urager? Oh, I read a scroll of summoning. I didn't even notice. Well, that short sword of electrocution, very good. I don't think I particularly want to pick it up. But yeah, that manual of unarmed combat. That's like a very good reason to train unarmed combat. And if I get like any form spell, I would be delighted. Like the previous game, my previous Jin game, I got Blade Hands, Hydra form, and Dragon form, and I never trained a single point of unarmed combat. Like I never punched anything, and I got those 3 spells. So those 3 spells, including a level 5, a level 6, and a level 7 spell, all 3 of those were like really useless. I was so sad to have gotten those. But not all spells can be winners. At least I got Haunt, and I got to use Haunt for like the first time in my crawl, in my 10 years of playing crawl. For the first time I used Haunt. I was very pleased with the results of using Haunt. Really good spell. Really good spell. The only issue is that it's level 7 Necromancy summonings, so under normal circumstances I would never get it because of those schools. But as a Jhin, like, let's go ahead and use it, right? Kind of old school JRPG mixed with an old school roguelike. Class system jobs also really interesting. Weapon upgrade system really cool. I might have to check it out. Gonna try not to forget about it. As usual, if you really don't want me to forget about something that happened on the stream, the best way to achieve that is to leave me a message on the Discord. That way you pretty much guarantee that I will see it sooner or later, but I will see it nonetheless. So I don't understand how this goes with, oh, it's fire resistant. Okay, no wonder. No wonder. I was like, why are the Foxfire not killing this ghost? But then, yeah, fire resistance. I didn't even see it the first time I checked the ghost. That probably means that I have to leave the level because yeah, fire resistant ghost is like kind of hard to kill when it's like right next to you. If I have it at the edge of line of sight, I think I can kill it, like with no big issue. I just spam magic dart and it dies. Okay, I would like to kill that ghost. Yeah. Have you guys played any Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup lately? If you have done so, what do you think about Jhin? I personally like really enjoy Jhin. Oh wait, that's another song. Yeah, the soundtrack of Ocarina of Time, but it's a prog rock concept album. Well, look at that. I might have to check it out in the future. Not right now, but later. With that being said, let's go back to Baba Is You. So yeah, what do you think about Jhin? I love Jhin. Jhin are pretty fantastic. You haven't played Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup since 2018? It intimidates you? Oh, there's nothing to be intimidated about Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Like, what's the worst that can happen? You die? It's okay to die. Like, that's part of the fun of the game. Like, it gets even funnier when you actually like figure out how not to die. But dying is kind of part of it. At the end of the day, it is a roguelike, and it's not even that complex of a roguelike. I would be much more intimidated as a new player walking into a roguelike today if that roguelike was something like ADOM or like Dome or NetHack, something like unnecessarily complex. Those three are like unnecessarily complex in different ways, but they are like unnecessarily complex at the end of the day. Crawl is simple. It's pretty hard, but it's also simple. You have several wins in ADOM and NetHack. Yeah, I never played ADOM, like not even once. But I have like 29 wins in NetHack. One of them was offline, so I guess it doesn't really count. But I have 28 wins of online in NetHack. And then I kind of grew bored of it, and I was like, this game kind of sucks. Because it's always the same. So at the end of the day, I ended up switching from NetHack into Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Okay, yeah, there we go. Easy kill on the ghost. I knew that I only had to have it at the edge of line of sight to be able to properly kill it. Okay, I had Quivered Conjure Flame for some reason. Okay, there we go. You have several wins in ADOM and NetHack, yeah. Jhin has been so much fun, all you've been playing lately. You miss Halfling, but you'll get over it. Yeah, at the end of the day, if you really want to play a Halfling, there's 0.26. And in some regards, I would say that 0.26 is actually a bit of a better version than 0.27, because 0.27 is like really rough on melee characters. Like, I know that ever since I last played a melee character in 0.27, there's like been like severe nerfs to monsters because they were like absolutely absurd. But still, like melee is still like really nerfed compared to 0.26. Conjure Flame is D. We can go ahead and create a nice little wall of fire. Oh, look at that! X-Moon just like decided to step on it, no fear. Okay, so I just remembered something. I have Blink in my starting book, so let's go ahead and use it. That's how you get out of bad situations as an early game hedge wizard. You blink away from monsters. When they reach you, you blink away again, and you keep spamming your spell, and Edmund dies. Yeah. Okay, that's a pretty nice flail. Edmund always generates with a pretty nice flail, or a dire flail. This character doesn't really want a melee weapon. I think I'm satisfied with my Staff of Cold and the fact that it gives me cold resistance, even though I cannot really like make use of it for its other purpose, you know, that of being an enhancer staff. Alright, you take 6 damage from the Conjure Flame. I guess GM Fire Elementalists is like not terrible because they can intentionally ignite the Conjured Flame without like killing themselves. That happens to be pretty good. You had a run the other night that died on Astral because your +7 Frostbrand and +6 Silver Saber were stolen. Ouch. Ouch. That sounds pretty bad. Didn't you have any wishes to spare to get like a rubber chicken or something? I don't think I ever had the need to do that in the astral plane, but it is a pretty nice thing to do, like have a spare wish and just like ask for a corpse of a cockatrice, or maybe a corpse of a chickatrice, because if I remember correctly it weighs less, and just like swing it around and petrify everyone. Works on like almost everything up there, right? I haven't played in like 10 years, so I might be getting something wrong. Okay, you know what? I have slow, which I really don't use normally because it is a hex and I don't really like hexes. Okay, this would go like so much faster if I had more space. If there was like no tree here, the Foxfire could have surrounded me to also hit Crazy Youth. Fortunately, we get the kill right before the cloud stopped existing. So yeah, that went pretty well. I didn't really have to do that because I had a cloak already, so I didn't really have nothing to gain from Crazy Youth. I mean, I guess you can use the staff because it does deal a ton of damage, but it comes at an inherent risk of being a staff of comes at the inherent risk of being a staff of chaos, so you're likely to haste or otherwise buff a monster and be unable to kill it as a result of that, which can end pretty bad. You never said you were a good NetHack player. Oh, I see. I've been there. I've been there, not gonna lie. It even happens to me in Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup all the time. Like just recently I was playing an old version of the game for nostalgia's sake. I wanted to try like all the very overpowered spells that used to exist in Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup that since then have been removed from the game. I never really got any of the truly broken ones. I got Deflect Missiles and Phase Shift, which are okay, but I didn't get Haste, and Haste was kind of the reason why I wanted to play that. But anyway, the point is that I killed the character, and I was very easily able to save it if I had done like other things that I didn't really think about. Ouch. Okay, so that Centaur is slow, but it's like fast normally. So it moves at pretty much the same speed I do. And yeah, centaurs are pretty terrifying as they are nowadays. I feel like they are way too strong. Seeing a centaur at the edge of line of sight is kind of a death sentence for most characters, as the game is right now. I would like to see those guys nerfed even further, but I don't know. So yeah, how do we do this? Like, I think the easiest solution is to just cast another Foxfire. Yeah, and hope that I don't get nuked by the center when I do. The other Foxfire went the other way. I greatly dislike it when they do that. Okay, I was able to kill the center, but it did drop me from like 50 to 18, so it dealt so much damage. If it had been accompanied by like any one other monster, the fight would have gone like greatly against me, and I probably would have died there, but I'm very glad that it wasn't the case. Replace them with Donger enemies. Oh, imagine like the Palentonga rolling into you. That would be terrifying. Like, you take 100 damage in a single turn, you die. So what god should we go today? Okay, I kind of want that helmet. Oh, why are... Well, it's a Delver Ghost. No wonder it has such little HP. Okay, encountering Pikel is very bad, especially when it has a Hound as support. Okay, bad Blink. Landing next to Pikel is pretty terrifying, especially when he has a Wand of Paralysis. Okay, maybe we can charm Pikel. Okay, we get the charm on Pikel, and that funny thing gets rid of the lemurs. I didn't know that was the case, but I'm not gonna complain about it, you know. So now that Pikel is charmed, he won't attack me. But he's still way too strong on his own for me to be able to kill him at half HP, that is. I need to go down different stairs. By the time I arrive to where Pikel is next, he will not be charmed anymore, and I will be able to kill him because he will be alone, so my Foxfires will home in on Pikel and kill him that way. And this is what happens when you pick up a book with a Djinn, in case you have never seen this message. The book burns to shimmering ash in your grasp. So yeah, you cannot learn spells from books as a Djinn. The only spells that you get are the ones that come when you level up, and that's about it. Alright, that went pretty well. Cause Fear. Yet another spell that I think is good, but I never really use because it's a hex. So there's a fair amount of schools in Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup that I'm like really not a fan of. Hexes, summoning, necromancy, but that's about it. My favorite schools are definitely like poison magic, maybe ice magic as well, because it is pretty strong as it is nowadays. So yeah. Didn't I put on the wish list my other things? I probably should. Well, I'm just gonna keep in mind that I need to go and check that shop when I have like 300 gold. What is that? The OpenZ. Oh, look at that, the OpenZ. I thought that only generated in shoals. So, let's see what we got as god options tonight. I kind of want to go like Maklev again. It's just like the strongest option as a Djinn. Like, if you want to win a Djinn, you probably should go Maklev because it's that good. Oh, someone pinged me in. Oh, that's what you were talking about. Yeah, I didn't see it until just now because I didn't have the Discord open. Start polemic, but yeah, such a shame that you got Corona. So yeah, like other gods that I like with a Djinn, Ashensari would be okay. I can see Jere del Emnul being useful because Drain Life is pretty much like a heal to full HP, but Drain Life works for like literally every character. I guess the same can be said for Maklev. You died at run anyways since you thought you could tank a Sun Demon with 50. Oh yeah, that doesn't happen. Sun Demons are like insane. They are fast. They hit really hard and they hit with fire. So they're like absolutely on another level. I would really not do that. So I guess I want to go Maclef. Let's see if we can get like a soft 4-hour win tonight with Maclef. Maclef will greatly speed up the game, makes it so much faster for me to play the game, like in general. Pretty much what Maclef does one very simple thing. When you kill things, you gain HP, and that's Maclef does a lot more, to be completely fair, but the other things that Maclef does, like, absolutely pale in comparison to when you kill things, you gain HP. Like, that is just a very strong ability. You could even say that it's one of the strongest god abilities in the entirety of the game, because it doesn't cost any piety, doesn't cost any godly favor or anything. It just like happens passively, and it even gets stronger the better the things that you're killing are, and the more piety that you have with Maclef. Right now, I have such little piety with Maclef that he doesn't really do anything for me, but that will change when I get some piety. We're gonna be placing those on the wish list, also these, and these two. Yeah, and brilliance too. Okay, so pretty much everything except for the potions of Berserk. I don't have enough money for that, of course, but I will have enough money at some point in the near future. Okay, nothing there for me. Nothing that I really care about. Okay, so I heard that augurs were reworked yet again, so now they kinda hit slow but hit harder. I'm very glad that was the case, because like augurs were one of the monsters that were like most affected by the change in weapon delay for monsters. So I'm very glad that they were nerfed. It attacks very slowly. Excellent. I think they hit as hard as they have always done. But yeah, it attacks very slowly. It's like a very nice line of text. I love to see that. That leads me to believe that melee is like becoming slowly more viable, because like it really, like when the change was made, I was like, yeah, this is completely unviable. Like, don't play melee anymore because it's like really bad. But that and like orcs having one base damage in addition to whatever weapon they get, that's like much better, much more manageable for a melee character. It's probably about time that I play a melee character, but I've been having like such a good time with my Jin that I haven't really wanted to play a melee character, you know? Alright. That killer bee zombie was kind of scary. They deal like so much damage. At least it was not a real killer bee. Okay, let's use my scrolls of identify on these potions. Alright, I still have to identify these scrolls. Oh, look at that! Oh, those gloves are really good, you know? But they make me have less willpower, and I just said earlier today that willpower is like the one resistance that you either have or you die. Like, you will die sooner or later if you don't have willpower. And also the -5 strength is pretty rough. But other than that, like, those gloves would be really good for characters that don't really care about those bad parts of the globes. With that being said, I guess we are gonna get the gold. Yeah, we're definitely gonna get the gold, actually, because there is a couple of things that I want to buy, and now I have the gold to do so. We're gonna buy that. We are not gonna buy the amulet just yet. I'm gonna buy the Ring of Willpower and the Amulet of Regeneration. Both of those things are like amazing for a Jin. Willpower is amazing for everyone, but regeneration in a specific is like especially amazing for a Jin. You get more mana slash HP back because as a Jin you use your HP to cast spells. Um, so yeah, pretty nice find to have that acquirement early on. Um, it greatly increased the possibility of winning this character. Because like the hardest part of the game is by far the early game. In the early game, you have the least amount of resources and options, um, so so you get greatly punished for making mistakes during the early game. Um, so any little buff that you can get during the early game like really does help a lot. Um, okay. Hmm. Oh, I got Cossphere. Yeah, I had completely forgotten about what spell I had obtained for leveling up to level 9, but it is Cossphere. No wonder I haven't kept it in mind. It is really like one of those spells that I know that they exist in the game, but I pretty much never use. Okay, we got a couple of potions of 3. Those are very good in the early game. I don't know if I really want to be using them with a character like this, but they are certainly very good nonetheless. If I'm for some reason stuck in a very bad fight, I can always use a potion of 3 to give myself very good defenses, very good melee damage, and it also nukes your evasion, but it's okay because you're gonna have so much armor class that it's very unlikely that you will be hit for any significant amount of damage while you're in 3 form. Of course, that only applies for the early game. Later on, the loss of all evasion can be pretty bad when things are shooting like bolts of cold or bolts of acid or bolts of fire. And that kind of stuff at you from afar, and since you're a tree you cannot really move towards them, so yeah, potions of 3 are definitely like an early game consumable. Okay, we got another source of cold resistance. That's very good. Now I have 2 of them, which means that I am very unlikely to get absolutely destroyed by like some random monster that hits me with cold. I guess it's time to try Cause Fear. So I like to train spell casting to 12 and then fighting to 15, but I'm not gonna turn it on just yet. So Cause Fear does pretty much a scroll of fear, but the power depends on your spell power, of course. I think there's no way it has more maximum power than the scroll, right? I would be very surprised if that was the case. 26% chance maximum, or 26% of the maximum power. Who knows? Maybe it does have more maximum power than the scroll. I know the scroll is like 100th power, which is okay, but it's not really that good against some monsters, especially monsters with 2 pips of willpower or more. At that point, I wouldn't rely on a scroll of fear to actually fear the monsters. Um, oh, one of the wolves was unaffected by cause fear. That could be an issue. I guess we should be okay, because I can just blink, land in a very convenient spot next to the door, and just like close the door, and since it's a wolf, it's not gonna be able to open it. Orbs of fire with hands, remember that? Orbs of fire with hands. Very glad that is not the case. Oh, something funny that I guess I can showcase now that we have an altar of Behemoth is that you hover solemnly before the altar of Behemoth. Behemoth does not accept worship from those such as you, so Behemoth really doesn't like Jin. I guess it's not quite that, because when Jin were like during the first day of Jin being a thing that existed in the game, you were able to go Behumet, and it was like really bad because Behumet wasn't able to give you spells, and in addition to that, like you didn't really get back mana on kills, which is another one of Behumet's like attractive abilities. You got pretty much all the other things, but mana on kills and getting spells are like huge, are like pretty much the reason why you go Behumet. So I'm very glad that that you can no longer go Behumet. Okay, we got Gastronok. Gastronok is a very dangerous unique, has a ton of HP, has a very mean airstrike that can hit you very, very hard from anywhere on the screen. But on the other hand, Gastronok is a very slow monster. Even while he is sprinting, you still outrun him. The only way for Gastronok to outrun you is if he is sprinting and you're slowed, which can happen. So maybe play around that possibility. Oh, I thought I had Cure because of the Atropa darts. I really thought I had Cure, but no, it's not Cure. We got Atropa, and Atropa is not really that good. Cure is wonderful because it's like just guaranteed to happen pretty much. If you hit the monster, it will happen and you will slow the monster. Like no checks or anything. Like no willpower, no weird checks. Like for example, with this Dart of Atropa, you can see their chance to blind and hit 0% because Gastronok is such high level and I don't have any training in stealth or throwing, which are the skills that that checks. So yeah, it doesn't really do anything for me, which means that I cannot really kill Gastronok. Gastronok is guarding the entrance to the lair. Okay, I kind of want to go down different stairs. Okay, and we're gonna be doing pretty much the same every time I encounter Gastronok. Oh, the Bullfrog smolders the flame. That's really inconvenient. Okay, you can now gain health from killing, and now is where things get really interesting. Ian M. Barton, thank you for following. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I have said on repeated occasions that I'm not a native speaker, but I try my best. With that being said, I hope you enjoy the content that I am creating. And by the way, have you played Crawl before? Because your Twitch nick reminds me of the nick of a vintage player of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup that I have seen before. I have a hat. I should probably get a helmet because it's a bit better. It actually gives a bit of armor class. I didn't even see what was that. It must have been like a sky beast or something. Oh, look at that, Psyche just generated. This time she doesn't have distortion, so we should be okay. So Psyche is not really that much of a threat unless you have to melee her, because she has a Dagger of Chaos, or sometimes she gets distortion. If she gets distortion, you probably shouldn't melee her under any circumstance. If she has Chaos, you can risk the melee, but it's not optimal. Anyway, Psyche was buffed in 0.27. Now she gets a very unique spell that actually only she gets in the entirety of the game. I think Pandemonium Lords also get it, but Pandemonium Lords get everything, so that kind of is cheating. Her spell is called Chain of Chaos, which is pretty much Chain Lightning, and some. Yeah, but some also gets everything. Some even gets effects that are no longer in the game or available for players normally, such as Agility. Okay, the troll got an extra turn on me. I guess it's okay because it kind of did miss a couple of turns. Didn't drop scales, I was going to say, but no, didn't drop leather, which is a shame. As a Jin, you really do want as much regeneration as you can get, and that includes using troll leather armor. Channel point goal idea. Oh yeah, I can do that. Like I would do that for free. The only reason why I haven't done it is because I don't know. Sometimes I have issues doing things, even if it's things that I actually want to do. I think I am kind of like turned off on doing guides because I did a couple of guides for the crawl contest in 0.26, but because of the way the poll was handled, it was spammed with like really bad stuff ad nauseum. Like it was spammed so much that it was very hard to determine which entries were actually like real entries. So at the end of the day, all the entries were discarded, which includes like kind of the work that I did. And I don't know, I'm really not a fan of repeating myself several times. I wonder if that comes from like school and being forced to like constantly write sheets of like a given word or something. I don't know. Is there an archive of it? I don't think there is. Maybe ask Everink. I think Everink was in charge of that. So if there is an archive, probably Everink has it. To be completely honest, like I don't really mind that kind of stuff. At least as far as like reading it myself. So I would probably be okay when it comes to curating that to determine if it's like okay or like not a troll and a troll. But I just didn't volunteer to do so in time, I guess. And by the time I actually learned that they by the time I learned about the trolling, it was already too late, and I think everything got deleted or something. But it might not be the case. Yet again, as I mentioned, just like ask Everink, because Everink is the one person that knows what happened there. So another troll. Hopefully this troll gets me some leather and doesn't troll any future contests as far as Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup goes. We did get leather from the troll, so now I have 2 HP regen per turn. In this version of the game, regen is really decent, but it's not really decent. It's like finally on par with other amulets or other good effects. Oh, look at that, rendered ringmail. Oh, it's actually good, surprisingly. So yeah, especially as a Jin, you want to stack regen. I feel like regen stacking is amazing with a Jin. Regen stacking as a Jin just like gets you more of your resource, and it makes it so that you don't actually like hurt yourself when using your resource, which is pretty good. Oh, look at that! That brown ugly thing just like devastated me in like 2 turns. I probably should cast Swiftness. If there was a time to use Swiftness, this would be the time. Yeah, because I'm super close to the stairs and I am like in dire danger of dying, you know? So Swiftness it is. So yeah, Swiftness gives you some movement speed, but then it takes it back pretty much and it makes you slow. Well, it doesn't really make you slow because you attack at the same attack speed and cast spells at the same speed, but it does like make you move slower, so that is a big issue if you're still running away from an enemy. But it can be a nice way to get out of a tricky situation without spending any consumables if you're in like the correct arena or something. Wow, that warrior. Okay, I don't know. Was it just like tanking? Yeah, look at that. That's the wonders of a monster with plate. They just like tank everything in the early game. but they can still be confused, so that's what we are gonna be doing. And I'm gonna keep spamming Foxfire and Mephitic Cloud, hoping to eventually get the kill on the Orc. Okay, I think there's like an invisible Orc Wizard. Yeah, I didn't see it. But Foxfires unfortunately see invisible, so it's like easy for me to actually kill an invisible monster if one happens to appear, even if I don't know what it is. Oh, look at that! Look at those bad blinks. Wow, that's pretty unlucky, especially when you consider that this guy is supposed to attack very slowly. It just got 2 attacks in a row, and now it's just like not leaving my melee range. Well, it finally did, but only for a turn. Okay, I have so much, well, not really so much HP. This guy has such little HP, that's what I meant. That it's like unlikely it's not gonna step on the cloud of flame that I generated. So we can just go ahead and spam Magic Dart until it dies. Oh, look at that, I got Summon Forest. Another spell that I consider to be very cool, but I have never had the ability to use because of its spell schools. Like summoning Translocation is a very weird spell school or a spell combination to train. I'm pretty sure that the only spell that is like a summoning Translocation spell. No, there's no way. I think Malign Gateway is also summoning Translocation. Well, another spell that I have never used. If I get it, that would be very convenient. Oh, look at that. Aster, thank you for the gift sub to Star Polemic. I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, that brings us to 15 soft points, I think. Yeah, I think it's 15. I have something planned for 25. Might be something like a bonus stream or something where I play random games. If Twitch Sings was still a thing, I would totally do a Twitch Sings stream, but it's not a thing anymore, so I won't be able to do that for you. Bakamitai. I could do that. Like, I haven't practiced it, and I don't really know the song, but I could do it. This is a very bad spot. I auto-traveled into these eels that are normally like not a threat, but since I am in such a bad spot, like I am actually likely to die to these eels. No, that's not gonna cut it. Did I kill? Oh wow, like look at that, the power of Foxfire. Pretty good. Okay, we can go ahead and place a Conjured Flame there to prevent the wizard from reaching me. Funny thing is that it didn't like surround the Conjured Flame like pretty much all the other orcs. It just like sat there and kept casting things. Okay, please walk away, thank you. Alrighty. Alrighty. So that ugly thing would have been like absolutely terrifying for a melee character. Melee characters usually cannot deal with an ugly thing when they first encounter them. But a mage can certainly like just stay away from the ugly thing and spam spells. At least that is if you encounter the ugly thing and you're at the edge of line of sight. If it's close to you, then things get tricky. Eels die really quickly once they actually get steamed. Oh yeah. And Foxfire, I think it does create some steam clouds. So pretty good spell for eels, I would assume. Okay, I don't like the idea of using Foxfire against Jax. I probably should use Summon Forest. I just like haven't even considered it because I have not used it before. I probably should give it some use. Oh, look at that, an Orc Knight. I guess it's time for my maiden cast of Summon Forest. Huh. Forested Plain collides here with a resounding crunch. So it summons a Dryad and a couple of Awoken Trees that deal damage to the monsters when they are next to them. A Dryad seems bad. Awaken Binds, Awaken Forest, Minor Healing. What is Awaken Binds? Causes binds to grow from the ground. Oh, so it's like ranged, well, not really ranged constriction. It will reach out and grab interlopers, dragging them towards trees. The forest abruptly stops moving. Huh. You can only summon one forest at a time. That kind of sucks. Yeah, that doesn't feel like a very good spell. Well, I guess I didn't know that I had to protect the Dryad. I guess now I know. But still, pretty aggravating. So funny thing, since I have some deep water here, I can just like abuse the fact that I fly and the Orc Knight doesn't. So I could okay, so I could like just gain infinite ground on the Orc Knight and like regen to full HP or something. Okay, what happens if I cast Summon Forest here? You need more open space to cast this spell. Not very convinced by Summon Forest, not gonna lie. Like, doesn't seem like, wow, this spell is amazing. It's not Haunt, by no means it's Haunt. Oh, it stepped on the cloud of fire. Okay, I probably should use a slow against the Orc Knight now that I think about it. Yeah, it does work against the Orc Knight, and slowing monsters is okay. Not really my favorite thing to do, but if it makes it easier to kill, then it's really a thing that I should be doing. Alright, that went quite well. Oh, look at that, an Unseen Horror. So, luckily for me, Foxfire gets rid of the Unseen Horror even if I cannot see it. Very convenient indeed. Alright. We are on D11. Normally I like to turn around and go do something else once I get to experience, or once I get to dungeon level 12. We are in dungeon level 11, so not quite there just yet. Okay. So, 2 vampires is probably a bit too much for this character to deal with at the same time. I could deal with one of them, but 2 of them is like way too much. I really wish I had a better spell than like Foxfire and Magic Dart. I'm starting to feel the constraints of the Hedge Wizard starting book. It's not really my favorite book. Okay, it's gonna take a while, but that is gonna kill those vampires quite well. They have such little HP that they won't really step towards or step on the clouds of flame, I guess. Okay, so vampires are very good at hexing. They have like Confuse, and I think they also have Slow. I don't know for sure. Oh, they only have Confuse. Well, with that, in that case, like, they only have Confuse, but Confuse is still a pretty deadly thing to be in the receiving end of. So it's always a very good thing to have Willpower. Like, at any point in the game, there's monsters that can absolutely destroy you if you don't have Willpower. Oh, look at that, a hornet. Hornets are kind of dangerous if you have no poison resistance. Of course, as a Jin, you are immune to poison, so it's no big deal for me to deal with a hornet. We can just kind of face tank it, even if it's not ideal, because it still deals like good melee damage. But we can certainly face tank it. I hope that I get like Fireball or something cool on my next level up. I was underwhelmed by Summon Forest. Never mind, I guess if you cast it within line of sight of a corridor and the monsters in the corridor, and the monsters are in the corridor, then it's like a pretty good spell, right? Okay. A root smacks Harold from below. Oh, look at that. Snap Lasher Bind. I guess that's what the Dryad summons to pull monsters towards... Okay, that could be an issue. Okay. Alright. So I guess we just keep blinking. Ah! Here, hit me very hard. Fortunately, I guess it's okay. Oh, Snorg is no longer Berserk. Now you're mine. Now you're mine. And I probably should have used Meph before waiting out the Berserk. But yeah. At some point very soon I'm gonna have to start training evocations. I have a couple of decent ones, Charming and Paralysis, a lot of charges on Paralysis. No attack ones just yet, but I don't really need attack ones. I have a couple of Scrolls of Identify. I need to read those when I am done with this fight. Probably the best thing to do is to... Yeah, the issue is that I don't really have anything. Oh, Erika as well. Now I feel kind of intimidated by what we currently have on the screen. Maybe we can cause fear. Erika looks frightened, so that means she's gonna walk away from me. Snork seems less confused. Snork looks frightened. As soon as a Snork stops looking frightened... Oh, yeah, I don't think that's gonna work against a Snork again. I hope that she doesn't Berserk. If she Berserks, things can get kinda bad. Yep, that is not what we want to see. And this time I remembered that it's a good idea for me to Meph her. There we go, just stay away from me. Alright. Now, this is a much better place for me to take the Snork fight, because now I can use like Summon Forest, which will kill Snork like so much faster than Foxfire. Oh, why is the Dryad not like poison resistant? Okay. Alright, we got the kill on Snork. Unfortunately, she didn't drop letter. So yeah, no enchanted letter for free this time. Okay, same thing applies for Erika. Like, I'm just gonna kite her towards here and maybe even Meph her. summon Forest. Pretty good, pretty good. Erika dies. Um, okay, I guess her Scimitar of Flaming is a pretty good item. I don't really need it. I have no plans to really melee with this character, at least not yet. And if I do end up meleeing with this character, it's not gonna be with a weapon. I have very good unarmed combat skill because I picked up that manual. That manual is like a very easy 12 unarmed combat, which is pretty decent. Um, so from these things, I guess I should enchant the helmet. Like, it doesn't really matter. Um, okay, time to go to D12. Two-headed ogre. I hope that it doesn't step on the Conjure Flame. I'm gonna play around the fact that it might, and like just loot it towards more open space so I can actually like summon Forest. I wonder if it's gonna work here. Nope, it's not gonna work. Okay, we get the confusion on the two-headed ogre. Very good. Alright, that went quite well. What's the chance for that guy to get confused by? 58, okay, that's reasonable. Yeah, Mephitic Cloud gets weaker the stronger the monster is, pretty much. It checks hit dice, so if you're using it against a monster with a lot of hit dice, it's gonna be a pretty useless spell. Like, don't try to meth a monster like Frederick for something. For example, yeah, Frederick is a very high level monster that could theoretically be affected by meth, but in practice it won't really be affected by it. Level 12. So we are getting kind of close to our next spell. It's gonna be on experience level 13. You get it. You get one new spell every 2 levels, pretty much. Oh, that is an unseen horror for sure. Well, the strategy against unseen horrors is just to spam Foxfire. And I don't know, I feel like I'm doing quite well thanks to the fact that I got Foxfire at the very start. And I also had like Magic Dart to go alongside it. If I had only had Foxfire, then things could have gotten kinda nasty. And same goes for only Magic Dart. But I got a combination of both, and it's kinda doing the job quite well. Alright, Summon Forest kinda does the trick quite well in some situations. Sometimes it doesn't do anything, sometimes it's a pretty cool spell. I thought Nameless Horrors were going to scale depending on how high level you were or something. I haven't really encountered that experience with Nameless Horrors. I feel like they always have like 10 HP or something, like really weak. Okay, let's see if we can get the confusion on the Boulder Beetle. Okay, there we go. I hope that it doesn't keep rolling in my general direction. Okay, so Meth is gonna do wonders against this Boulder Beetle. Meth means that the Boulder Beetle will not really be able to touch me. I guess I can hope. I guess not. Pretty good indeed. Some Forest is pretty funny. Not sure if I like it. Not sure if I like it a lot, but it is a pretty decent spell, I guess. Alright, alright. Okay, so for slime creatures, they have like no willpower, or they have very little willpower, so it's actually like a good idea to try to hex them. I normally don't hex monsters, but I like to hex big stacks of slime creatures because it makes them so much easier to deal with. Like for example, that very large slime creature, chance to affect 70%. Okay, I guess we end up luring the slime creature into this yeah, into summon forest. All right, really good. So the maglev ability to regain HP hasn't really been that noticeable in this game. Like I haven't really had to use it a lot, fortunately, I guess. But just like give it some time and it will become very apparent that it is like a very strong ability. Okay, that's terrifying. Yeah, that is what I would call absolutely terrifying. A Manticore and 2 Centaur Warriors. Oh, that happened because I went down to D13. Like, the difference between D12 and D13 is like night and day. D12 was like relatively easy, not really that dangerous. D13 is like absolute death. Let's not go there. Instead of that, let's go to Tuller. Alrighty. Yak. There's so many things here in D10 that I didn't kill. Alright, easy kill on that Yak. I only have to spam Foxfire. Give me just a second, I'll get back to you in no time. Alright, I guess we are ready to continue. Two cane toads, one slow. Summon forest time, I guess. Save me, summon forest. Oh, look at that, a couple of fire bats. I hope they can be meffed. Yeah, why is it not poison resistant? It really should be poison resistant. Okay, I'm gonna need you to... Yeah, thank you. Really needed it to do that again. Wow, that seemed pretty strong, not gonna lie. That seemed pretty strong. Oof, amazing spell. Summon Forest, really a fan of it. I would assume that it kinda synergizes okay with Frozen Ramparts. Maybe not. Because Frozen Ramparts needs like a closer space and Summon Forest needs a bit of a larger space. Okay, yet another case of a spell that I consider to be kind of okay, that I wouldn't really use normally if it was not for the fact that I am a Jin. I like it. I like it. At least I haven't gotten like only hexes. Only hexes and summonings would be like the one Jin character that I would really be very unhappy to play as. I would maybe even quit that character, not gonna lie, because I'm really not a fan of summonings. Oh wow, the 8-headed Hydra got an extra turn on me. Yeah, that was quite terrifying. It dealt so much damage in a single turn. Oh, why am I using Foxfire against this Lava Snake? My options are not very good. I really need like Iron Shot. Iron Shot would solve all of my issues. Um, Alright, Magic Dart. Okay, yes, you really do need more open space to be able to cast Summon Forest. Okay. Yeah, as far as the spells to kill things go, I don't really like Summon Forest that much, because you're like kinda limited in the places where you can cast it. Kind of similar to how, to the weakness that Noxious Bug has. That is a bad ring. We are gonna leave it on the floor. Yeah, but Noxious Bug is much more immediately powerful, you know? So I like Noxious Bug much more than Summon Forest. I mean, it still kills things from Lair pretty well. That's pretty good. I was like, what am I going to do against all of these guys? And then I realized almost everything that I have on the screen is like weak to poison, right? Except for the Cane Toad. So yeah, Meph is really the correct thing to do here. Is the music too loud by any chance? I think it might be a bit too loud. I already lowered the volume. I wonder if it's gonna be noticeable. Well, sometimes Summon Forest is really bad. Like, I guess you need to be like next to a wall to be able to make full use of it. Because if you're not next to a wall, Summon Forest kind of does nothing. Okay, now that I have 12 spellcasting and 15 fighting, I guess next we are gonna be training some evocations, as I mentioned before. 10 evocations is probably enough. Okay, Dryad kinda destroyed the four-headed Hydra. Weird, because it only hits for 10 damage. You wouldn't really expect it to do that much. Yeah, sometimes with Summon Forest you get like a lot of trees in the middle of nowhere, and those trees actually end up making the spell really usable. Outside of very specific like arenas. Oh, look at that! Oh, that's one half of like the dream. We have many Full Assault. Now I need like Blade Hands or Hydra form or like Dragon form or like something cool. But many Full Assault is like amazing. It was, by the way, recently nerfed into being a level 5 spell, which is like reasonable. I think it's reasonable. I don't really like the nerf, but I understand it because it is a pretty good spell either way. Yeah, I'm very glad that instead of making the spell weaker, they just made it harder to cast. I think that's a much more preferable alternative to just like making the spell weaker and making it potentially like lame. Like for example, Conjure Flame. Like Conjure Flame was nerfed from being a level 3 spell that was like amazing into being what it is right now. And yeah, what it is right now is not really half as good as what it used to be at the same cost, but for practical purposes, the spell was removed from the game, right? So yeah, I'm very glad that they didn't go that route with, or that route um, with Manifold Assault. Hey, look, it's that song from that game that I have never played before, actually. Yeah, no joke, I have never played that game. I don't know, like, I know everything there is about that game, right? Um, like all the twists and turns, right? So it wouldn't really have the same effect on me. I just tend to like look up things about games like that. Um, but if the game is like completely ruined by spoilers, which happens to be the case for Undertale, um, then it's not like a game that I'm unlikely to play a lot of. Um, because one of the first things that I do to like see if I'm interested in any given game is like check the game, like read things about the game on the internet and be like, hey, that sounds cool. I kind of want to do that. But when while in the process of doing that, you encounter that like in order to do some things of the game, you really need to do some very specific, very spoilery things. And while looking up how to do those things, you end up like spoiling the entire thing. There's like not much point on playing the game altogether. At least that's my personal opinion. Yeah, it's also like not a style of game that I play a lot of. Like I'm really not a fan of RPGs. Okay, one of these days this Oklov plant is gonna die. I think I've thrown like 40 Foxfire at it already. But yeah, I guess it's very close to dying. Yeah, there we go. Easy peasy. Random Oklov plant just like chilling there on the middle of the level. Oh, a Scroll of Silence. Those are like really dangerous to use as a Jhin. At least unless you have like very good melee, which you probably won't have for a very long time as a Jhin. Okay, the bug body slowed me. I guess I can slow it in return. Okay, two of these in Lure is like very nasty. Fortunately, I have like Foxfire to kill it before it kills me. Yeah, not that it is particularly weak to fire or something, but Foxfire is a pretty strong spell, especially when you have the ability to just like spam it like crazy, how I've been doing with this character pretty much. Your Slap Basher Mine segment cannot move out of the way. That's a very interesting line of text, not something that you see very often. Okay. So that scale mail that we found, very decent, but on the other hand, like I'm not really that much of a fan of using a scale mail. I also don't have the strength to put it. Well, I guess I have the strength, but it's not very good. Oh. Yeah, if I was going to use something, I would be using this ring mail, which is a bit better. And even then, I think the troll leather armor is just like straight up so much better. Um, because at the end of the day, I haven't really been hit a lot, right? I haven't. This character hasn't gone as quickly as I would wish for it to go, and part of that is because I don't have a good offensive spell for this point in the game. I guess I have Summon Forest, but Summon Forest is not what I want. It is certainly not Toxic Radiance or I don't know, Iron Shot or Horrible Destruction. It is no good spell for this point in the game because I feel like I cast it and it takes forever to kill the things. Sometimes it doesn't even kill the things at all. I guess it's a cool spell, but it's not as good as other spells that I normally would use. I picked up a useless item again. That keeps happening. I wonder why. Alrighty, hopefully the forest melts those elephants. It doesn't seem to be doing the thing. I guess we can try again. Yeah, I was like, why did I get an experience level 13, but I got Manifold Assault. It is a really cool spell. Like I like Manifold Assault quite a lot. It's probably one of my favorite spells in the entirety of the game. The issue is that Manifold Assault is good with a big weapon or with a huge transmutation, right? It's not good with 0 unarmed combat fists or with just like zero staffs, 0 staves a staff of cold, like just not that good. So yeah, even though I appreciate the spell, I cannot really make use of it right now. Oh, that's bad actually. That's kind of terrifying. Probably should cast Cause Fear. And again. Okay, I was wondering why there were things that were not running away. I think they were like hurt by the summon forest spell, and they immediately turned into fighting, even though I used Cause Fear. We can leave that Ring of See Invisible on the floor. Not very good. I'm not really a fan of See Invisible. Oh, an Amulet of the Acrobat. We are also gonna leave it on the floor. I like regeneration a lot with my Jin. Like I feel like regeneration is just like the best possible thing that you can get as far as the amulet slot goes. Okay, I think it's time to train a lot of dodging. Yeah, and after that we're probably gonna be training some unarmed combat or maybe spellcasting. I feel like my builds for these Jin have been similar. Like pretty much all of them have gone for like the same amounts of skill in like the same skills, you know. I start with 12 spellcasting, then 15 fighting, then get a bit of dodging and a bit of evocations, and then who knows what. But yeah, those are like my core skills for pretty much any Jin that I've played so far. Okay. This is an interesting ending for Lure. I cannot tell that I have seen like a vault or anything. Yeah, and there's been like so many monsters already, so many high-level monsters. Righty. Using Summon Forest enrages all the forests. It seems. Did I get Swamp? Because Swamp is probably gonna be really easy with Summon Forest. I got Spider and Swamp. Let's go. I might even do Swamp as a first rune. Normally I don't like to do that because Swamp is kind of threatening as it is nowadays. Certainly much more threatening than in previous versions. But with Summon Forest it might be like actually the correct choice for me to do Swamp as a first rune. Since it seems to annoy or anger all of the threes, even those that I didn't place with the spell, then it's probably gonna be like fantastic in Swamp. You know, it kind of reminds me of Frozen Ramparts. Because it's a spell that you cast and you lure monsters towards stepping on it, and then it deals damage if the monsters are like stepping on it, right? So in a sense, very similar to Frozen Ramparts. It does have like a very big difference, and that is that you can actually move while you use Summon Forest. So yeah, definitely Summon Forest is like a much stronger spell than Frozen Ramparts, but it is to be expected. Summon Force is a level 5 dual school spell. It really needs to be stronger than a level 3 one school spell. It needs to be like significantly stronger. It's not enough for it to be only slightly stronger. And I would say that maybe it is significantly stronger. I feel like it kills things much faster than Frozen Ramparts does. Okay, I wonder what happens if you use Summon Forest and one of the trees that you summon gets destroyed. Like, does the tile that the tree was replacing, does it like get removed from the game? I wonder. Can you summon? Oh, never mind. Like, I was gonna try to place a cloud on top of the tree, but I forgot that is no longer possible. I don't think it was ever possible, actually. Okay, experience level 14. Oh, look at that, a book. I wish I could use it. Okay, I feel like this is a pretty good room to cast Summon Forest in, and if I had Frozen Ramparts, it would also be a pretty good room to use Frozen Ramparts on, because there's some tiles that do not get turned into trees when I cast Summon Forest, so yeah. Okay, I'm very glad that I got that lightning rod. It made it a bit faster for me to kill those things. Um, yeah, with Summon Forest on cooldown, you cannot cast it until it goes away, right? Which is kind of annoying if the Dryad happens to die. Okay, we got 6 pips of Piety with Maclef. That means that I am gonna be healing a lot of HP when I kill something, which is obviously very good because I am pretty much expending HP on every fight. Okay, and fortunately the Summon Forest that I casted previously like wore off just in time for me to use it in this new location. Okay, it would be kind of amazing if the Dryad casted Awakened Forest again, which is kind of the point of Summon Forest, but unfortunately it died before it did that, and now we are kind of in a bit of a pickle because this polar bear is kind of destroying me. Yeah, since its Berserk Cause Fear doesn't do anything against it, like it won't affect it. How do we kill this thing? Probably we have to use an Abocable. I don't think Foxfire will do the trick. Yeah, we probably just shoot it with a charge of acid. Okay, that went okay. We got 11 HP back from that. Your Dryad dies. So a big part of Summon Forest is like keeping that Dryad alive. If you don't keep it alive, then the spell like suddenly stops dealing damage, which kind of sucks. Well, I keep picking up useless items. I hope that is fixed soon. Oh, it died again. So these Hellhounds are immune to fire, and since we've been mainly killing things with Foxfire, much to my dismay, I cannot really do anything against them until I get Summon Forest again. I wonder if Summon Forest gets me halved experience now that I think about it. I hope it doesn't. That would be very annoying. Alright, that went quite well. Okay. Took me a while, but that is it. What did we get from doing that? I don't really know. Like, I would say that we didn't really get a lot of consumables or anything from doing that. We have 1 blinking, we have a bunch of heal wounds, which is pretty good. I guess we also have a couple of potions of 3. I wonder if you get like Berserk or anything weird if you're at 3 when something casts Awakened Forest. Might have to give it a try. So I think we want to go do the rest of the dungeon now. No, we want to do Orc. I like doing Orc. Doing Orc with Summon Forest should be okay. Like, it really should be no big issue. Most of these monsters are probably gonna die from Summon Forest, and we got the best weapon in the game, unfortunately. We got Damnation. -2 crossbows, however. I might not give it some use. Normally, I love to use Damnation, right? I don't think I can afford to use it on a character that has -2 crossbows because it does require you to train the skill to 18. You can like get away with not training the skill because if you target it manually, it always hits. Like the explosion doesn't miss because it's like a fireball. The projectile itself may miss, and that does subtract from the damage that the damnation would deal, but the explosion doesn't. And I think that in conjunction to the fact that is like irresistible, like literally everything gets hit by it, makes damnation into probably the best weapon in the game. It also is my badge for 1 year of being a subscriber. No one has it just yet. Um, I hope that someone in the future becomes that much of a fan of the channel. So my 1 year anniversary of streaming as an affiliate, how actually is like on May 15. I might do something special on that day. Okay, those gloves are amazing. Those gloves are really good. I'm probably gonna buy them right now. I don't really see myself replacing those gloves. And I also want the buckler. Yeah, pretty good globes. And let's go ahead and drop the previous globes. The kite shield, probably also this ring mail. Look at that, I have 3 pips of cold resistance. How does that even work? Wow, okay, I guess I do have 4 sources of cold resistance now. That means that I can get rid of the ring and I can replace it with something else. Um, Yeah, I guess I should keep it on for now, but I'm gonna replace it with something else as soon as I can. Pretty good armor shop. Pretty good indeed. I wonder if these are part of the shops that generate in Orc. Um, I don't think so, because they were not like obviously part of a vault. So they might have been like additional shops to what I normally would get, which is pretty good. I'm very glad that I got additional shops. More shops means more items, which means more potentially fantastic items like the ones that I just bought. And fantastic items are kind of what makes your game. Um, okay, I guess I can get that Ring of Evasion or that Ring of Intelligence. I'm gonna get the Ring of Evasion. "19 evasion, 3 shield." Oh, that reminds me that I probably should train shields to 4 to remove the penalties of the buckler. They don't really give you that much of a penalty. Like as you can see here, it makes my 1% spells, or at least a couple of them, to go up to 2%. But yeah. Oh, look at that, it's just a million orcs. So that is the vault. I think most of these orcs should just straight up die to Summon Forest. But I wish I had something better. Um, or something to go alongside Summon Forest, you know? As it is right now, I kind of am too reliant on it. So when it eventually runs out, then Summon Forest like kind of stops being good. Which funny thing happened in the middle of the fight. Summon Forest stopped being a thing, so some monsters stopped dying and started reaching me. I guess I have deep water. Maybe we can make one of these guys drown. Maybe not. Okay, did that kill the Warlord? A root smacks the Warlord from below, the Orc Warlord dies. Alright, not gonna complain about that one. So yeah, in a lot of senses it is a very reminiscent spell to Manifold Assault. Like it really does do a similar function, just a bit stronger. Also much more complicated to cast, unfortunately, due to the fact that it's a dual school summoning spell. Come on. Okay, we killed the sorcerer, pretty good. Let's go back to training dodging. Unfortunately, cannot cast Summon Force again, at least not for now. I'm gonna have to wait a bit. I'm gonna have to wait my current forest to wear off so I can cast it again. Okay. So far, so good. We have a fair amount of money, I think. I could consider buying some troll leather that I found in a shop. It's higher or more highly enchanted than the troll leather that I currently have. So it's like buying scrolls of enchant armor. Or a bit extra scrolls of enchant armor. I normally don't like to enchant my things until I know that they are the things that I'm gonna be keeping for the rest of the game. So I like buying weapons or body armor that are like more highly enchanted than what I currently have, because it is for practical purposes enchanting the thing without actually enchanting the thing, you know? Oh, look at that, the Crown of Dairo Prueba. I want that. I want that for my character because it is a source of resistance to electricity. 3 armor class is pretty decent. The intelligence is pretty good. The see invisible is kind of irrelevant, but it is like a cherry on top of the cake, you know? So I'm gonna be buying that when I have the money to do so. And yeah, leaving that the crown of Dairo Preba aside, the rest of the things that we got here were moderately underwhelming, if I have to say so. Yeah, I guess we got pearl scales. I'm not really that much of a fan of pearl scales. I would use them if this character gets like blade hands or something, and then I like blade hands manifold assault in pearl scales. That's how I win the game, and I kind of ignore my level 9 spell. Maybe. I haven't tried to do that with a Jin just yet, just like ignore your level 9 spells. I am kind of interested in giving it a try. Let's see if this character is the character that gets to do it. I feel like I really need to get like Blade Hands or like Statue Form or ideally Dragon Form. Dragon Form is like the thing for Manifold Assault. That's like a legit endgame combo. You can even use it in Extended. I mean, I even used it in a couple of Ziggurats, and it certainly did do the trick. Kind of hard to use and very mana consuming, but it's not a big deal when I have literally 100 mana, right? Okay, what is that ghost? Jin, Abyssal Knight of Lugonu. That is a character that I wouldn't be too excited to try. It has Ensorcelled Hibernation. Funny thing, it only has one spell. And it only has one spell because it was wearing too heavy body armor that prevented it from casting any of its other spells. And it also probably didn't have a lot of training in spell casting, so it wasn't able to cast its spells. Yeah, made it quite far into the game with such a weak build. Kind of surprising. So, I think I can kill everything here. maybe open the door, um, cast Summon Forest, and just like hug the trees pretty much. Okay, the ghost is kind of getting destroyed here. Oh no, my Dryad died. Um, oh, that's a shame. Oh, look at that! One extra shop. Hopefully that is a very good shop to compensate for the terrible shops that we got out in the vault. Like, the vault only has one good thing. It is a pretty decent thing, admittedly, so I guess I shouldn't be complaining too much, because sometimes, more often than not, actually, you get like 0 good things in the shop. In these shops, I mean. So yeah, the fact that I got one good thing is pretty good. 2 good things, I guess. That scroll blinking certainly does qualify as a pretty good thing to get. And alright, this level had a million shops. Some of them pretty good, some of them not so much. Damnation is very alluring. I don't think I can use it, but I certainly will come back for the Crown of Prueba, and probably will come back for the Pearl Scales. So Pearl Scales are one of the best things that you can get in the game as far as like pure stats go. They have the defenses of plate armor with the encumbrance rating of Ice Dragon Scales, which funnily enough has only one less base armor class, so they're not even that good or that much better compared to the next best alternative. They give you 1 pip of resistance to negative energy. I don't think that matters too much, and for practical purposes, they don't really give any resistances. But yeah, like a lot of people really like Pearl Scales. I don't really like them that much. But I think they might be the correct thing to go for with this character. If this character ends up becoming kind of a bruiser character, like kind of goes for melee in addition to spells, like Pearl Scales are like the best thing that this character that character could get, like theoretically. So yeah, at least as far as what we currently have, I feel like the character is doing quite well, with 2 pips of cold resistance on top of my natural fire resistance, 2 pips of resistance to negative that came bundled with the gloves that don't really matter that much, and we got resistance to electricity in a shop waiting for us to buy it. So yeah, not gonna complain about it. I feel like it's doing quite well. Oh, I went into this level, there was a Bailey, and I left the level without even noticing there was a Bailey. I would have tried to make it into the Bailey, not gonna lie. Francis can be annoying. I'm gonna use some Phantom Mirror on Francis. We are also gonna be using Summon Forest. And I cannot use Meth. I don't... Yeah, chance to affect 34% wouldn't be very good. So yeah, Francis is normally like non-threatening. For this character, however, we actually have issues dealing with Francis, unfortunately, because we don't really have a good way to deal damage other than Summon Forest, and Summon Forest is not even that good. So yeah, it's gonna take a while. Normally I would just like kill Francis in like 3 turns with like a high level conjuration or like hitting her or something. But not for this character. This character doesn't have that option by any means. You kill Francis, alright. Oh, that is a lava snake. That is never gonna die if I use Foxfire against it. I just thought of something. What happens if the snap lasher bind pulls a lava snake? Yeah, what happens if a lava snake gets pulled out of lava? Does it like take damage until it dies or something? Kind of a shame that I wasn't able to reach that Bailey. I would have loved to enter the Bailey. They usually have like crazy good loot. They are also crazy hard, but it's like a good thing to do. Like you get compensated for the danger. Um, mm, okay, okay, that's fine. Having slow is very convenient for these centaur warriors. It is really a good spell to have against centaur warriors. Um, makes them much safer to deal with. Like I even used it against a regular centaur earlier in the game. Made it much more manageable. Yeah, when they are slowed, you can actually like outrun them. They move as fast as you do when they are slow, but that means that you can actually run away from them instead of like taking a million damage while trying to do so. Okay. Summon Forest doing Summon Forest things. Oh, you know what? I can do this. Like, I can just stand on the lava, and the monsters are so confused when you stand on top of lava that they just walk away from you because they cannot attack you in any way whatsoever. It's kind of like a scummy thing, but you can certainly do it. It doesn't work against monsters that fly, however. I guess that goes without saying. Okay, that guy deals a lot of damage, like all of a sudden. Um, oh, Randart's Barding. Interesting. Kind of want to check it out because it also comes accompanied by a scroll that I have not identified just yet. So yeah, pretty interesting ghost bolt with a Randart's Barding that that I can never use, but oh, look at that. It's like actually a pretty good barding. I would be rejoiced to find that as a Palentonga or a Naga or a Centaur, I guess, if we go back in time enough. D14, let's see what you have for me. I'm very close to another level up. When we get to 15, we get another spell. Hopefully it will be either a spell that is highly synergistic with Manifold Assault, which is actually likely. Like we can get statue form on experience level 15, and we can also get blade hands or I guess Hydra form, which is level 5 now. Never really been a fan of Hydra form. I would say that Hydra form spawning, or like being in the starting book for transmuters now is like a huge, gigantic nerf to transmuters. On top of the massive nerf that was transmuters losing Sticks to Snakes, which was the one amazing spell from that book. So I don't like summonings, right? But Sticks to Snakes was not really a summon. The monsters were real. Did I get? Oh, I got agonied by that Death Knight. Surprising. I have willpower. That shouldn't really happen. Um, yeah. So Sticks to Snakes was just amazing, and it compensated for you being a bad melee start without a weapon. Unarmed combat is good, but it is good when you dump a bunch of experience on top of it. It is not good immediately. And at the start of the game, it's probably better to just get a weapon than get the transmitter start. And even better than that is just like getting normal spells. Um, so you have identified the last scroll. We found a scroll of torment that is crucial for later in the game for when I do the slime torment strategy. Yeah, I pretty much always go for the torment strategy. I don't really do slime as a third rune that much anymore, but it is a pretty good option if you don't have like anything to do bolts 5. Oh, okay, next level, next spell, let's go. Oh, look at that! Oh, that solves so many issues that this character had. Or rather, would have had in the future. Statue form, yet again. I've had 4 successful, like, kind of Jin that get past Lure. 3 of them have gotten statue form. So yeah, I'm very happy to see that. Oh, it's one of my favorite spells too. So in case you have never seen statue form, which I highly doubt it if you have spent any period of time in here, you press the button and it gives you so much armor class without doing anything to your evasion. It also gives you more HP, like a bit more HP, like 30% more HP or something good like that. So it's not insignificant by any means. So the resistances that you get from statue form are not really that relevant to this character. I guess the most relevant thing is that I have resistance to electricity, so I won't be getting absolutely destroyed by I don't know, a random mid-game monster that happens to have electricity attacks, which is pretty good. I think that's good enough for me to train on armed combat, and then we like statue form manifold assault on armed combat. If I get dragon form, that would be okay. That would be even better, but statue form is good enough for me to go for the manifold assault plan. Dom LCXXX, thank you. Oh, it's not LCXXX. It's like Roman numbers that I cannot decipher because I haven't used Roman numbers in forever since I was in school, and I've been out of school for a while now, and yeah, that's kind of a thing that happens. If you don't use it, you kind of lose it, and in addition to that, if you don't have any need to use it, you're not gonna use it, and you very rarely have the need to use Roman numbers. So yeah. Anyway, with that being said, thank you for following. I hope you enjoy the content that we are gonna be creating here. Um, I play a lot of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. I play on a very consistent schedule, so if you like what you're seeing, you can be sure that you will pretty much always have the stream here, like at these times. It's not like most of the people in the roguelike community that kind of stream when they feel like they want to stream and they don't stream when they don't want to stream. I have my schedule and I kind of stick to my schedule so that people keep coming back for some late night entertainment. Yeah, there's some people that actually try to catch the stream like on a consistent basis. So I guess consistency from my side gets rewarded by consistency from the viewer side, which is pretty good. So yeah, to those people, thank you so much. Okay, that Iron Dragon zombie is actually kind of dangerous. In fact, most if not all of these zombies are like very high level zombies, but since they are zombies, they're like much less dangerous than the actual monster. Still pretty dangerous nonetheless, and it maybe would be a good idea not to fight them. But yeah, for unarmed combat, Jin kinda doing the trick here. We're kind of actually winning these fights. I don't like this ending. I really don't like this ending because I feel like the things are like way too strong. You got paralyzed and kicked to death by Penstrider witches. Oh, that sucks. Yet another example of how crucial it is for any character to have willpower. Like no willpower equals that happening to you. So yeah, Fenstrider witches are pretty mean. They are a mid-game enemy with paralyze. Like that automatically makes them like super dangerous. Your only source was +3 letter, pretty rough too, because as a Jin, using letter makes it so that you cannot use throw letter, you know, and throw letter is just so much better than regular letter for a Jin. I guess it's also much better than regular letter for everyone else, but still. I guess in statue form my gloves get melted. Yeah, you were actually using +4 letter or +4 throw letter. I don't know. I think in that situation I would have gone for the willpower. But I personally overvalue willpower. Like I don't like getting banished, I don't like getting paralyzed, I don't like anything that has to do with hexes when they get inflicted to me. So yeah, I always try to get as much willpower as I can, so that kind of thing doesn't happen to me. Yeah, and you can even see by the fact that when I got money from acquirement in this game, the very first thing I bought was that Ring of Willpower. I'm very glad because without that, the game could have been over already. I don't like how that song is just like 1 minute of silence after it's over. Yeah, literally 1 minute of silence. This is probably one of my favorite songs in this soundtrack. I think it's from like Final Fantasy V. I've never played Final Fantasy V or any Final Fantasy at all, and I probably never will because it's really not my kind of game. Yeah, it sounds weird coming from a person playing roguelikes, but definitely not my kind of game, Final Fantasy. Oh, it's Agnes. I thought it was a Sprigga and Air Elementalist. Yeah, I really need to change the glyph for Agnes because she looks the same as a Sprigga and Air Elementalist, and Air Elementalists are much less dangerous than Agnes, at least for this character. That is not good. I don't think I can survive here without using Blink. Oh, wait, I have regular Blink. Oh, look at that. There's Roxanne. Well, now things look really bad, actually. Not gonna risk it with another random Blink. We're just gonna, like, control Blink to the stairs. I think even with that, Agnes was about to reach me. Yeah, Agnes was, like, oddly pathing towards me. So, I don't know if I wanna do D15 right now. I feel like it might be a bit too dangerous for my character. But yeah, now that I have Stone Fists, Manifold Assault actually becomes kind of usable. You hit the Cyclops but do no damage 2 times in a row. I only have 7 unarmed combat, so it is kind of understandable that it's taking me a while to actually kill things with my unarmed combat, even if it's like statue form unarmed combat. Okay, that kind of sucks. That was a lot of damage. 37 in a single turn. I wish I had Tin of Tremor Stones or Condenser Bane. Those two would be pretty good right now. Okay, we healed Agnes with a melee range blast of Ice Blast. I really like don't mind taking the bit of damage that comes from self-targeting with a fireball effect. As long as I am resistant to the fireball effect, like for example, with a monster that is weak to, oh, this seems like a terrible ambush. Yeah, that actually seems a bit too scary. With a monster that is weak to cold, or with a character that is weak to cold, such as a Jhin without any sources of cold resistance, I wouldn't use Ice Blast in melee range. But if I have 2 sources giving me 1 pip of cold resistance, I guess it's okay. Even though I just realized that when I am in statue form I don't really have the resistance, but I have armor class, so that kind of compensates. Star Polemic, have you won a Jhin yet? Or was that your best attempt so far? Yeah. You won a Jhin Fire Elementalist. That one, I think I died with my attempt at a Jhin Fire Elementalist like very quickly. I think I didn't get to lure. Okay. So I guess that was it for D15. Alright, not gonna complain about it. We still have Manual of Unarmed Combat. As I mentioned a bit earlier into the stream, I think this manual will get me to like an easy 14 Unarmed Combat or so, maybe even more than that. Alright. So what should we do next? I guess it's time for me to get my first rune. I guess I can do Swamp. With statue form, I can do Swamp, and Summon Forest is actually what makes me want to do Swamp because of this. Like every tree in line of sight gets like enraged, so it is fantastic. The forest calms down. Does it like last for shorter amounts of time if it affects too many trees or something? That might be the case. That might be exactly what's happening. Okay, so I guess I meld. No, I don't meld anything that provides me with willpower. Um, I feel like I don't have enough willpower to avoid like a Fence Strider Witch. I wonder how much. 16%. That's a bit too rough. Maybe by the time I encounter my first one, I'm gonna be like experience level 16, and hopefully that will give me a bit more of a chance against its paralysis. Or ideally, like I'm gonna have enough money for the crown of Dairobe Preba. I'm actually very close to it. I just realized. Um, 12 unarmed combat. Oh wait. With Cause Fear, I actually care about scrolls of vulnerability. They are kind of like great value scrolls of fear, because I can just like read a vulnerability and then cause fear, and that kind of works. It doesn't work as well as just a straight up scroll of cause or scroll of fear, but it is pretty good nonetheless. So yeah, Summon Forest is doing exactly what I expected it to do. Oh, look at that, a Fence Strider, which... okay, I have Summoning. Alright, now I think I'm pretty safe. I don't think that Fence Strider Witch like has a chance against two Goliath Frogs. It doesn't have that much HP, so a couple of good hits from the frogs are gonna like absolutely destroy it. Yep, the Fence Strider Witch dies just got absolutely melted by these Goliath frogs, just as I was expecting it to do. Okay, being in statue form, very good. It makes it so that Hydras are not remotely as dangerous as they otherwise would be for this character. And yes, so far Summon Forest has performed quite well in Swamp. It has done exactly what I thought it was going to do. Oh, File of Floods, that's amazing. Yeah, File of Floods is another good answer to a Fence Strider Witch. Probably shouldn't have used Condenser Vein there. At least I got Acid. Acid immediately wins me the fight pretty much. But I didn't get enough acid, or as much acid as otherwise I would have been able to get. Okay, this character kind of turned into a Tavi character. That is very good. What is the Spriggan mage doing here? Well, I don't know. But yeah, I think statue form turned this character from being kind of an iffy character into being like a legit pretty strong character. Now I have defense and offense and I keep my spells. So yeah, pretty good. Uh, and in addition to that, I also have like resistance to electricity. So random monsters that have electricity attacks will not be a significant threat to this character, fortunately. Wow, what hit me so hard? The Thorn Hunter hits you, the Thorn Hunter hits you, the Volley of Thorns hits you. Okay, that was 40 from a Thorn Hunter alone, but at least we retaliate and we pulverize the Thorn Hunter. Okay, I'm kind of excited for my next spell, however. I feel like Statue Form was really like what I needed with this character, but I want more, you know? I might be a bit too greedy to ask for another spell, but I really do want more. Um, okay, Manifold still doing high quality Manifold stuff. Um, Ooh, high level ice cave. For that, I don't think I'm gonna be able to be in statue form, so it's gonna get interesting. Let's read magic mapping. Um, all right, I think we can reach it. All right, that went quite well. Ouch. No, that's actually pretty bad. Let's read a teleport. Ow, we got hit very hard there. The Bond Tube claws you. Okay, so we got hit very hard by a monster that attacks extremely slowly, so I guess it's okay. But yeah, why is it mighty? What mighty is this swamp? Or everything is mighty actually. I feel like I'm missing something here. Oh, the Spriggan Druid mighty everything. Yeah, that's kind of a thing it does. That makes things like deal so much damage. I thought I was teleporting. I guess I landed in like the same spot or something. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that is what happened. Hmm. I think that Bonji will hurt me. Alright, it didn't really hurt me that bad. Okay, I thought that was gonna go much worse, but fortunately it was not the case and we were able to deal with the Bonji quite easily. And we are at full HP pretty much. Yeah, my issue here is that I don't have a good way to deal with these guys. Like I guess I have the statue form melee and that's pretty much it. But the statue form melee will not do it when it's like 15 unarmed combat against a million high level monsters. Yeah, normally I would be like casting spells, but I don't have good enough spells yet. I guess my option is Cause Fear. Cause Fear will walk on the alligators. I don't know about the Hydras though. 29% of the maximum power. At that point, I think it's like safer to just read a scroll, and it is indeed safer. I fear everything except for the LA Anoma, which we can then proceed to punch to death, because if it's alone, it's like much less dangerous. Okay, so I really need to get into the level now because I am at risk of just losing the freezing cave, or the ice cave rather. Okay, 16 unarmed combat. I think that's like one of the breakpoints for unarmed combat. I think the next one is 22. So for now, I guess that's gonna be it for unarmed combat. Um, Gonna train some dodging now, and depending on what spells I get next, I might make a serious investment on spell casting or keep like skilling for manifold assault. It all depends on what we get. Okay, and transform and wield the Staff of Cold for 2 pips of cold resistance. And let's see what we get here. Oh, I probably shouldn't be wielding this. Yeah, how else am I going to kill things here? I guess Foxfire kinda does the trick. Funny thing, Foxfire does the trick in a high level ice cave. I feel like that is wrong. Okay, got affected by freezing vapor, but in statue form you have so much armor class that it's okay, even if you don't have any pips of cold resistance. You can still kind of ouch. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, that's perfect. So how am I going to kill that thing? That is a problem. Is it slower than regular monsters? It is slow. Okay, so I guess I can just like open the door, shout, and like manifold assault, blink. Now that I think about it, the manifold assault going to level 5 is actually a bit more significant of a nerf than I first expected, because it is a spell that you want to spam. So you want to cast it like 5 or 6 times during a fight. Increasing the cost of the spell by 25% by making it be level 5 instead of level 4 is actually like a big nerf. I don't mind the fact that it's harder to get online. I mind the fact that it's more expensive. Yeah, with my one character that has used manifold assault to a significant extent before, I was using it so much that I just was using Brilliance pretty much every time I wanted to use it, because otherwise I was like running out of mana very easily. Alright. You know, this character would love to find some slaying. Yeah, slaying would be amazing for this character. I would get rid of that Ring of Evasion for like any Ring of Slaying. That is like good. Alright, the big brain strategy of Conjure Flame in addition to Manifold Assault statue form, that went quite well. And I guess we're gonna do the exact same thing on this other side. Alright, that went quite well. Not gonna complain about it. This character is so much better than the previous character now that I have statue form. By the way, like the difference is like night and day. Oh, look at that. Hello, Mr. Ice Fiend. I don't want to fight you as I am right now. I feel like it's a bit too dangerous for me to do so. Oh yeah, like I'm gonna take some serious damage. So the greatest threat of the Ice Fiend, it's not the Torment, it's not the Bolt of Cold, it's the fact that it can claw twice to deal up to 54 extra cold damage. That is a lot of damage. That is very consistent. 48% chance to hit you. So yeah, I was expecting an Ice Fiend here, where it would normally be a Necromancer. Um, how are we going to do this? Cirque? I feel like Cirque just kills me. Oh, I guess I don't even have Cirque. Wow, I have not found any potions of Berserk on the floor. I guess this potion, this unidentified potion that I have might be a potion of Berserk Rage. What other potions could it be? Ah, it is Berserk Rage or Experience. I guess I wanna drink it, like no matter what it is. Ouch. Yep, that is a standard. Oh, misses you twice. Amazing. I feel like I got really lucky there. Oh, those globes are on another level. Ah, my current globes, they are much better than my current globes. Funnily enough, like so much better. But my current globes give me contamination. I guess I'm gonna get contaminated a bit. Oh, look at that, a Randart with my name. I'm gonna pick it up. Always important to pick those up. Very funny things to use. Yeah, I very much like it when I get a Randart with my name. It doesn't happen very often. I have a million games and I have gotten like very few Randarts with my name. Yeah, we're gonna get like super contaminated. I have 6 cancellation, however. I guess I can afford to spare 1 to get rid of the cancel or to get rid of the contamination. But yeah, these globes that I got, they give me regen, so they're like so much better. I am astonished because the globes are pretty much the same, but instead of having 2 strength, they have regen and -2 dexterity, and they don't have the contamination, so I can like just take them off. And in addition to that, they are +5, so they're like massively enchanted compared to my previous globes that were only like +2. Okay, that's the first rune that we have got in this game. Unfortunately, we have to fight through pretty much the entire rune vault before reaching the ice cave. But it went pretty well for me. I was able to do the ice cave, and we got some excellent gloves out of it. In addition to a couple of scrolls of silence that are actually gonna be useful for my character. Now that I am punching things with statue form, I can actually use a scroll of silence. Yeah, that's one of the perks of having melee available as a resource for your character. You can kind of make use of the very powerful consumable that is silence. I feel like people don't use it that much, but it is pretty good. Mm, Spider? I guess I can do Spider now that I have. I guess I can do Spider now that I have statue form. I probably should also go back and buy the crown of DjWz. Okay. Thinking about enchanting my troll letter, so that I'm not like too low on armor class if I run out of statue form for one reason or another, and I cannot immediately recast it. Um, and I like troll letter a lot on my statue form characters. Like even before Jin was a thing, I liked the combination of troll letter and statue form because troll letter gives you regen that you have when you're not in statue form. So you can kind of turn off the statue form to enable the regeneration, and then cast a statue form again, so you actually have defenses. That's a combination that I really like. Let's go and do Spider. Oh, look at that, Luis. 10% banishment. I guess the crown of DjWz doesn't give resistance to magic. Willpower, rather. It is called willpower now. Your Dryad resists with almost no effort. I guess it has about as much willpower as I do. You kill Luis. That went quite well. Not gonna complain about how that went. So, my character has a buckler of cold resistance. I kinda like my buckler of cold resistance. If I was to replace it, I would have to replace it with something similar but bigger. So it would have to be like a kite shield of cold resistance or something. Oh, look at that, we got acid again. That is amazing. And yeah, acid just like immediately kills everything. It is so good. Okay, we got confused again. We got Azrael. Let's unconfuse. Oh wow, I got confused again. What is this? Like the mummy experience? Wow, another confusion. Yeah, I think we need to get rid of that tarantula like right now. I feel like Summon Forest is not doing anything in these fights because the Dryad is like dying immediately, so the forest stops being awoken because the Dryad, which is the thing that awakens the forest, dies. Very annoying. I'm very glad that I got the manual of unarmed combat and manifold assault. Like that actually blew my mind. And then statue form. So we got like the trifecta of things that I would have needed to go for manifold assault finally. And we got them with a Jin of all characters. Like I think it would be much easier for other characters to get them. But no, I got all of those things with a Jin. I mean, I'm not gonna complain about it. I'm just gonna go ahead and use it. That's a lot of spiders. Okay, fortunately we are kind of at the point in the game where Condenser Bane is like kind of recharging super fast, so we can kind of spam it. Yeah, we're gonna get 21 fighting. Oh, look at that, Arachne. Arachne can get annoying with this with the ensnaring. Let's go ahead and did I miss with the File of Lots? Is Arachne not why is Arachne not waterlogged? I'm pretty sure that used to work. I don't know. Maybe it got recently nerfed or something. Something that maybe would have been a good idea before starting the fight with Arachne maybe would have been reading Torment as a Jin. Well, as a statue form character, I have Torment resistance. I take half Torment damage. So in addition to like the extra HP and the better defenses, it's a pretty good thing to have. Okay, did we just like punch Arachne to death? Shoutouts to statue form unarmed combat. Statue form is just like good, like overall good. It's a really massively good spell. People are too afraid of the slow effect, which admittedly, yes, it is bad. But the upside is like so huge. It's so significant of an upside. Like you can turn your very fragile characters into very tanky characters without ever having to train fighting, or without ever having to train armor, rather. You do need fighting and you do need dodging, but you don't need armor and you don't have to wear an enchant body armor. Sometimes it's hard for your character to find actually like good body armor that you want to use. Or sometimes it just interferes with your spellcasting too much, so you cannot justify wearing body armor, because if you have body armor, how are you going to kill things? Statue form kind of gets rid of all those problems. I'm really too much of a fan of statue form. So much that I sometimes go for statue form on characters where it doesn't really make sense to go for statue form, and where it would be a good idea to not go statue form and just go like a more traditional route of wearing body armor. Something makes me think that we are not gonna be using that anymore. Let's just go ahead and drop the Staff of Cold. I might come back and pick it up if I... Oh, look at that, the Sword of Sunguldruk. And an extremely dangerous ghost. 200 HP. Well, it is a troll ghost. Kind of makes sense. Oh, it hits very... It doesn't hit very hard. It has a weapon of flaming. Huh. Okay. I might open that vault and fight that ghost in the future. I don't think it's something that I want to do right now. Mm. Or maybe don't be in Jin form when doing that. Yeah, look at that. You regain 36 HP. Pretty good. That's Maclev, by the way. That's like all thanks to Maclev. Maclev is really good for a Jin. And really good in general. Like, just go Maclev. If you have any doubts on what god you should worship, go Maclev or go Kawaru. All both of those are like amazing for most of the game. Okawaru is noticeably better during the early game because Hero is a very strong ability. The weaker you are, the stronger Hero is. Once you actually get well into the game and you actually have the skill to be able to properly use your things without having to rely on Hero, it's not that good anymore. Still pretty good because it gives you some extra armor class, some extra evasion. Yeah, pretty decent spell even at that point in the game. But Maclev, I think at that when Hero stops being that good, Maclev and his heal on kills like gets much stronger. Oh, that was it? Wow, I just staffed through that like it was no big deal. I guess this character is much stronger than I give it credit for. Okay, easy kill on that ghost. Didn't really hurt me a lot. So, what next for this character? Now that I have 2 runes, I have Lure runes. I guess we can go ahead and do Lure? Or not Lure, we can go ahead and do bolts. Yeah, I'm experience level 18. I wonder if... oh, never mind, I got shafted past a couple of levels. No wonder it just went by so quickly. Maybe I should just leave these levels alone. Not a big fan of Spider in general. Yeah, I greatly dislike it. Entropy Weavers and Spark Wasps and Orb Spiders, all 3 of those are pretty aggravating. Okay, as I was saying, let's go to bolts. Bolts requires a rune to enter. I have 2, so it's okay. And fortunately, we killed that Convoker before it convoked some people to fight against me. Okay, this feels very strong actually. Like, I'm just mashing Manifold Assault and kind of regaining my HP as soon as I kill something. Alright, yeah. I very much like what I currently have going on with this character. It feels like legit very strong. Oh, we are about to hit 19. Experience level 19, we should start to expect some higher level spells. Like maybe a level 7 spell, maybe Dragon Form. That is a possibility. If I get Dragon Form, that would be amazing. I would definitely go for the dream, which is Dragon Form Manifold Assault. That is definitely the dream for any character that has Manifold Assault. Okay, there's some gloves on the floor. Not even gonna bother checking them because A, my gloves are being melded when I'm in statue form, and I'm pretty much in statue form all of the time. And B, my gloves are amazing, and they are not going to be worse than any random gloves that are on the floor. They need to be rendered gloves for them to be better. Oh, I got experience level 19. What did I get for experience level 19? Summon Hydra. Oh, underwhelming. Truly underwhelming. I don't think I want to cast that. Like, I don't think I care. Why is it a level 7 spell? It really doesn't feel like it should be a level 7 spell. Okay, I'll come back for those when I have the money to buy them. I'm gonna start buying acquirement, and then we shall see what we get from the acquirement. Okay, that's a Warlord band. That's the first one that I have seen. Yeah, I mean, I knew that there were Warlord bands that now generate in bolts, but this is the first time that I encounter one of them. Yeah, it's a Warlord and a bunch of Knights, so very dangerous, of course. The Warlord apparently gets top tier weapons such as Bardiche or Bardiches, who knows how it is pronounced, and the Knights can get like battle axes and glaives, and in this case one of those Knights had a launcher. Pretty nasty. Okay, the Convoker finished convoking almost immediately, but we have Manifold Assault, so that kind of just like, it's like throwing monsters into the grinder. It is incredibly strong. Like I am so pleased by Manifold Assault, Stone Fists. I still have like a couple of spells to go. Maybe 2 spells, because I'm pretty sure level 25 and level 27 are like guaranteed to be level 9 spells. At least in all my previous Jin that have gotten this far, or that far, they have always been level 9. Okay. Yeah, we are gonna be training that on armed combat. I think we deserve 22 on armed combat to make use of my Manifold Assault statue form synergy. It's like I handpicked the spells, like almost like I handpicked the spells, because if I had handpicked the spells, I would have gotten Dragon Form instead of statue form, because it deals like so much more damage. But statue form is still a pretty good spell. Like, certainly a fantastic spell. I'm pretty happy with statue form. So yeah. Okay. Hmm. As far as this character goes, if I had not gotten statue form, I probably would have worn the pearl scales. As it is right now, thanks to statue form, I don't think I will ever buy those pearl scales. It's a funny thing is not even the first set of pearl scales that I see in a shop and I decide, you know what, this character doesn't want that. In fact, I think it's not even the first one this month. It's such a rare item. Like, people go through so much, through so many games without ever finding pearl scales. Like, maybe people don't even know they exist, and I encounter pearl scales twice in a month and I don't use them, like, ever. Pretty funny. You know, probably I want a haste might here. Oh, what happened there? Okay, so I did deal like good damage to Saint Roca. Had no idea Saint Roca was like so damaged. Heavily wounded. Okay. Yeah, Phantom Mirror is pretty good when you use it against uniques, because you get like a temporary copy of the unique, in addition to like whatever damage you can deal to it yourself, so it makes them much easier to kill. Okay, 7% is not terrible. Not as bad as when I fought the Fence Strider Witch, certainly. I have enough money for that Scroll of Acquirement. I guess I'm gonna go back and buy it. Bad Rove, very flavorful name, but I doubt that a soldier would go into battle with a Rove. But yeah, 4 strength is also like not good. Great Rapier. Globes don't really do anything. I'm gonna get the money, so it's pretty much I got my money back. Okay, so I think that for probably the rest of the game, that's what's gonna be the game. Like, me finding an enemy, casting statue form, and mashing the manifold assault button. And then like on statue forming when I'm kind of low on HP to quickly regenerate, because outside of statue form I have like almost 4 regen per turn. It's pretty crazy. Like, stacking regen, pretty good. Yeah, a 3.37. Okay, I exaggerated a bit, but that's like 3 HP and then 4 HP 1 every 3 turns, right? Pretty good if I do say so myself. Maybe don't be next to a wall. Oh, there's no position for me not to be next to a wall when fighting a Frost Heart. Yeah, that was a pretty bad arena to fight a Frost Heart on. Sometimes there's just like no way for you to not be next to a wall. Oh, look at that ghost that I'm not gonna fight. Million armor class, decent evasion, incredible willpower. We are gonna leave that ghost alone because, most importantly, the bolt doesn't have any good items, so yeah, no need to open it. No need to get into a fight that we are probably gonna have like a serious, like a seriously hard time winning. Okay, pretty good damage. This is so strong. I am so pleased because like my previous Jin was not good. Well, I guess it was okay. It was good enough to win the game, right? At the end, that's kind of what matters. But it was not as strong as this one. Like it ended the game with Tornado, and like Tornado was kind of a godsend. If I had gotten instead of Tornado something like, I don't know what kind of garbage level 9 spell you can get nowadays. I think all level 9s are pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I got Tornado and Death's Door, and I made like Malin? Malin? Seriously, Malin Gateway? I don't think Malin Gateway is particularly bad. It is a spell that I don't have a lot of experience with, to be completely fair. Not good for CC. What is CC? Close combat? I guess it is not good for close combat. Crowd control, yeah. But it is a level 8 spell, it's not level 9. Yeah, I don't think you can get level 8s or at least, maybe I've been like super lucky. I don't know. I haven't played a lot of Discord and are these... No, there's no way. Like, both of those are level 8. I'm pretty sure both of those are level 8. Because the effects are not like, oh my god, like the effects of level 9 spells. And so yeah, that's kind of how I know that they are not level 9. Level 8 is kind of as high as a spell can go while still kind of respecting the rules of the game. Level 9 spells just like throw that whole thing out of the window. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a level 9 spell that just like was acquirement or something. Like something ridiculous that would be in ADOM could be a Crow level 9 spell. Okay, Baisu Shen doesn't pose that much of a threat because we have Statue Form. The Statue Form does provide me with resistance to electricity, so that was a very clean kill of Baisu Shen. And it goes to show how strong this character is. Oh, funny thing, you can manifold while held in a net. So like being held in a net is not that big of an issue if you have manifold assault. You can keep killing things, and then once everything is dead, you can kind of worry about the fact that you're stuck in a net. Pretty good. So yeah, instead of these bands of ugly things and wizards, I would like to see Ogre bands back. Oh, I miscast Manifold Assault and it prevented me from moving for a couple of turns. Pretty scary. Okay, so far I can say that we have had a pretty fast bolts clear. Like, normally it takes me much longer to do bolts, but not this time. This time we're actually like destroying everything. And not only that, but sometimes we have issues doing bolts 1 altogether. This character didn't encounter that problem. Oh no way, I got everything. I got Dragon Form, Manifold Assault, and a Manual of Unarmed Combat as a Jin. Like, oh. Okay, let's go. Oh, I'm so happy. That is a good reason to train some more spellcasting. I'm gonna pump it to 15. I think maybe I'm gonna need like 16 spellcasting to cast Dragon Form, but Dragon Form Manifold Assault is like, it is the most damage that you can do in melee without like doing some bad meme stuff as Dark Maul. In fact, I would even go as far as to say that Dark Maul probably deals less damage than Dragon Form. Oh, look at that! We got so many cute things. We got Devastator, and we also got Damnation, but we are not gonna be using Damnation, unfortunately. I don't have anything that hits the entirety of the screen, so I'm not gonna do my usual Bolts 5 strategy of going in, killing the guards, and leaving. Hydra form, Manifold Assault. No, we got the thing. We got Dragon Form, the actual Dragon Form spell. So good. I'm very happy that we actually got it. Okay, so what now? Am I strong enough to do Slime? Yes, yes I am. Because I have Manifold Assault. Oh, Gastronok. I encountered Gastronok early into the game, but we can just like punch him to death now. Not really that much of a threat. Oh no, the music stopped. Continue watching, yes. Yes, continue watching. Hello, Spin Dart. Thank you for stopping by. Good to see you around. I've been spamming Jin like crazy. Have you played Jin? Because I love Jin. Like Jin is like so much fun. You get to use like random spells that you would normally not use. Like for example, this game I've been using. Well, I have kind of stopped using it because I got better spells, but I used Summon Forest for a while. I also used Cause Fear, which I pretty much never get. And I certainly spammed a lot of Foxfire for a huge amount of the game before getting statue form. But yeah, the best thing about this character is that I got the whole combo. We got Manifold Assault, Dragon Form, and a Manual of Unarmed Combat. So it's like the dream. So in case you don't know, Manifold Assault hits a bunch of monsters on the screen at the same time. With enough spell power. Oh, look at that, it's Dissolution. Okay, Dissolution deserves respect. Dissolution demands respect or you die. Yeah, those eyes are pretty threatening. So I think Hasting is okay. Yeah, Dissolution has this spell. Dissolution has Summon Eyeballs. Summon Eyeballs. Well, the name is pretty self-explanatory. Paralyze, Drain, Confuse, Mutate, or Disintegrate. Pretty dangerous monsters. You've never seen that monster before. Dissolution is a very good reason to leave Slime if you encounter them. Luckily I have Manifold Assault, and Manifold Assault, amazing. Unless you have Ignition. Okay, Ignition is also pretty good. And by the way, we got Acid. Normally I would be rejoiced to have Acid. Doesn't really do a lot against slimes, unfortunately. Okay. I'm very glad that I encountered Dissolution and that I was not forced into a melee battle against them. Because Dissolution is a pretty terrifying monster. Yeah, so the eyeballs can paralyze you, and then Dissolution hits like a truck. So if you get paralyzed in front of Dissolution in melee range, you can be pretty sure that you're gonna die. Like no matter how much HP you have or how much armor class you have, you're gonna die if you get paralyzed in front of Dissolution, and there's no resisting it because it comes from an eyeball. Haven't seen rock slimes either. Dissolution is not new. Dissolution has been in the game forever. I think Dissolution has been in the game for longer than I've been playing, actually, which is quite a long time. Rock slimes are indeed new. You lose the ability to read scrolls while threatened. That's the new Blurry Vision. Probably should get rid of that because that mutation has made me lose the game. I don't like how Rue can transcend its existence and give me very bad mutations. even when I'm not worshipping Ru. So yeah, Rock Slimes and Quicksilver Slimes are both new. They were like put into Slime for the purpose of countering the strategy that I was pretty much using all the time. I wouldn't say that it was a direct nerf to me, but it was a nerf to the strategy itself. Okay, Torment, Immolation. So the Quicksilver Ruses are immune to magic, which makes them immune to Immolation. You cannot like affect them with Inner Flame. And Rock Slimes, one of these has to be a Rock Slime. Yeah, there we go. This one is a Rock Slime. Rock Slimes are giant, so the explosion is much larger. And most importantly, they are very resistant to fire, so yeah. And yeah, Blurry Vision is just like less deadly than the inability to read scrolls altogether. Up to the point where like I might drink Mutation to get rid of it mid-fight, because it is that bad. Like if I lose the ability to read Blinking here, I could die. Nah, I think I would be okay because I have Blinking the spell. So yeah, the strategy is to read Torment, then read Immolation, then use File of Lots, or like Tin of Tremor Stones, which I do not have. Yeah, I don't have Tin of Tremor Stones. It's okay because I am a mage, so I can just like press the Manifold Assault button, punch everything, and the chain reaction starts. Yeah, I wish I could read a scroll right now. I'm starting to feel the pressure of not being able to read Blinking to get out of here, because things are not quite going in my favor. I really should have drank Mutation before starting the fight. I knew that it was a good idea. With the mutation now prevents the scrolls altogether. Yeah, that's a mutation that Ru offered you. You sometimes lose the ability to read scrolls when taking damage. That doesn't last for very long, but it still is very bad, you know? So instead of getting Blurry Vision, now you get this. That's the new one. Pretty bad mutation. I hope that I lose the status effect. They managed to make the most dangerous mutation in the game even worse. Yeah, now this is like legit a game ender. I really need to get rid of it. But yeah. Can you cancel it? I don't know if you can. Let's see. I think cancellation now... Oh, I drank something by accident. I drank Ambrosia. That's my bad. I really didn't want to drink Ambrosia. Probably should drink Curing to get rid of the Ambrosia effect. Wow, did I hit it but dealt no damage? That is going to be an issue. Yeah, when it comes to the cancellation effect, I actually want to find out. If you drink this now, you will no longer be statue form flying or hasted, so it doesn't remove it. Yeah, if you are affected by the minus scroll status effect, you do not get to lose it if you drink cancellation. That's seriously bad. I want to leave, but on the other hand, I am so close to killing the royal jelly. But I cannot justify it. Like, this is a good blink. I should just take advantage of it. Maybe on statue form, so I can actually outrun these things and regen while I'm doing so. You can read scrolls again. Yeah, shoutouts to regen. So my strategy of wearing a ton of regeneration effects so that I can on statue form and like heal to full HP, it seems to work quite well actually. Okay, this is like much more manageable. Like I'm not afraid of these monsters. I just need to mash Manifold Assault and they pretty much die. And now we get rid of that. Okay, we got Stat Rod and Horns. Okay, Horns are okay because I have the Crown of Dairo Preva. You can wear that with Horns because it is a hat, not really a helmet. Of course, if you have Horns 3, you're kind of out of luck. Oh, did I kill the Royal Jelly? I didn't even notice. Alright, that went quite well. Okay, back to unarmed combat we go. 5% Dragon Form. Okay, time to Dragon Form Manifold Assault. Yeah, that's what we were looking for. So it deals so much damage. It's like the pinnacle of melee damage. It doesn't get any more damaging than that. Oh wow, that is an amazing ring. Yeah, Manifold Assault counteracts the weakness, like the huge weakness that is being in Dragon Form. It kind of nukes your defenses, like it kind of gets rid of them like altogether. It's really bad. But you get like so much melee damage in return. And Manifold Assault turns your melee damage into range damage, so it is really a fantastic thing to have. I'm picking up so much garbage. I feel like how to pick up is like all messed up in this version of the game. Okay, I got enough money to buy Damnation, which I want because I think Manifold Assault Dragon Form is better than Damnation, not gonna lie. It feels better to me. Just look at that damage. I one-shot both those slime creatures the turn they enter the line of sight. Oh, this is great, and to think that I got these spells or this very specific combination of things as a Jin, like the chances were very against me, and I got everything that I needed. I'm so happy. I'm really enjoying this character. This feels like way stronger than the character that we were playing yesterday. So I guess the next thing for my character is Depths. I was thinking Bolts 5, but let's do Depths first. Depths has a good chance to get me level 9 spells from leveling up. And I could certainly use level 9 spells in Depths, or in Bolts 5 rather. Oh, look at that, a caravan. So I was gonna call it there for the night, but I'm gonna do the caravan just to see what we get. And then that is gonna be it for the night. As usual, thank you for watching and thank you for hanging out. If you have enjoyed what I have been making for you, if you like what you see, you should consider following. You don't really have to follow, but it's free, and you will get notified if I stream more, or I should say when I stream more, because I have a pretty consistent schedule. So yeah, there's that. In addition to that, if you are already following, you should consider subscribing if you enjoy the content. I guess, yet again, you don't really have to do it. and this time it's not free, but it would help. It will help me a lot. Like it supports the stream and that kind of stuff. I think the bazaar is here. I guess it's not. Okay, where would the bazaar be? Okay, let's try that one. Distant bell. It might be this portal. Anyway, there's like a huge amount of portals surrounding this area. Wow, 3 bookshops. Okay, nothing in that bazaar for this character. That was extremely underwhelming, but to be completely fair, what do I want with this character? Like, I think this character already has like everything that I could wish for. Like, worst case scenario, I could wear those pearl scales and enchant them and win the game with those. I mean, I don't want to because I have statue form and dragon form. I think those are better than pearl scales, especially when I can like cast them properly. Oh, Demolition's Depot. I like this vault. Look at that. Pretty funny shop vault. I like how it has like a bunch of clouds of flame. I wonder if it would be a good idea to add like some thunder clouds, because I feel like thunder clouds are much more destructive than clouds of flame. And by this time in the game, you really should have resistance to electricity anyway. But yeah, I'm just gonna kill these guys and leave it here for the night. Oh, I'm gonna kill Mara. Yeah, Mara should die in like 3 attacks. Look at that. Like, Mana clones himself, no big deal. Like, still press Manifold Assault and Mana explodes. Like, it's such a good spell. It's such a good spell combination. Like, if you have the opportunity to do this in your game, do it. Do it. It's so much fun. It's so powerful. It is like very expensive to do, of course, requiring you to have enough skill to cast a level 5 translocation, a level 7 transmutation, and in addition to that, you also need good unarmed combat to like kind of take advantage of dragon form. But still, like, it is good. It is so good. It is so good that I know that I have to end stream now because I kind of want to go to bed. But I just enjoy like it just deals so much damage. Well, I'm just gonna call it there for the night. I need to quit before I get too sleepy and misplay and end up dying in a stupid way. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll be back on Sunday. I don't stream on Saturday. Saturdays are reserved for Uncle Lionel, but I will be here on Sunday.